A quarter of adults in Britain are so obsessed with cleaning and tidying that they spend 2.5 hours or more every weekday on household chores, with many feeling compelled to abide by strict regimes and rituals.
I iron my duster. That represents order and sanity.
I do find myself going over something which I know is already fine. It doesn't hurt to just make sure it's fine again.
Knowing that my home's clean and tidy, it is like a feeling of euphoria.
But for most of us, keeping our homes clean and tidy is not a priority, with 7 in 10 Brits saying they can't find the time to vacuum, dust or clean the bathroom.
I am stood in poo.
And 500,000 washing their bed sheets just 3 times a year.
How do you change the bed?
You don't.
Yeah.
Can a group of obsessive cleaners transform the habits of a nation?
The moths have already taken to it.
Just makes me feel a bit...
I think I'll knock with my feet.
Or will changing the lives of those with a very different attitude to cleanliness prove too much for the people whose need for perfection
Do you mind if I just step out? Just the sheer smell.
has become an obsession?
I just feel so dirty. I feel vile.
They're all over the work surface and it's just something that I couldn't deal with.
You're just walking off like some sort of...
Clive needs to put his hand down his pants, find his balls and make a decision.
I just like everything to look perfect, everything to look like a show home. That's what I try to achieve all the time.
32-year-old sales rep Louise from Darwen, Lancashire, spends nearly 30 hours a week keeping her 2-bedroom house up to standard.
If I see any little bits on the floor, then what I'll do is I'll go down on my hands and knees and I'll literally lick my finger and just pick the bits up.
Louise goes through 2.5 litres of bleach a day to ensure her home is always pristine.
I wipe the worktops down every time I come into the kitchen, and probably in a day, 8 to 9 times. Putting my cloth away, I can then drip water on the floor and I'll have to start the process of cleaning the floor again, even though I've probably already just done it. It can take me a while to leave the house. It's about walking back into the house and everything just being absolutely perfect. Otherwise, I won't be able to stop thinking about it whilst I'm out. I call these my buffing socks. Once I've cleaned all the floor, I literally go around and buff the floors really hard, and then they come up really, really shiny. They turn out to be the best Christmas present I could have got.
Louise insists on the house being as free of clutter as possible.
There's no way you can clean properly if you've got things piled up and on shelves and on windowsills.
Which means bedside tables are banned.
The less things that are in the bedroom, the less dust there is.
And even her 4-year-old daughter's teddies are targeted.
Every couple of weeks, I'll go through her soft toys, I'll put them in a charity bag, put them in the garage for a couple of days, and if she doesn't notice, then I put them out to the charity shop. So far, I've managed to get away with it.
But not everybody appreciates her relentless routines, including husband Luke.
A lot of our friends say about she's mad, the amount of cleaning that she does do. She's quite a nightmare, to be honest with you. Just when you're relaxing, watching a little bit of golf on the settee, and then all of a sudden she just starts coming around and actually tidying up behind you.
Now Louise is leaving her family and immaculate home to come to the aid of someone who lacks her obsession with cleaning.
Hopefully I can help somebody and maybe change somebody's life just a little bit and really come away not so stuck in my ways.
Hopefully she's not going to come back any worse. I don't think she could come back any worse, to be honest with you.
Louise is travelling 260 miles from Lancashire to Portsmouth. "65-year-old Tim Viney lives by himself in this 3-bedroom semi.
This house is a mess. It's horrible, and I can't have people in because I'm ashamed of what this house looks like.
Since separating from his wife 7 years ago, and with his 2 children grown up, Tim has been living an extreme bachelor existence.
When I bring the washing in, I tend to just put it on here. because I'm probably going to need it again soon. This stuff has been here since months. It's been here probably since 4 months.
The kitchen only gets a proper clean at Easter and Christmas when family come back to visit.
The sink has got these horrible black marks. That's tea stains. There's stains that have trickled down. Sometimes I look at it and I just feel disgusted with how I've let it get. And it does bother me then. But the next morning I get up and go to work and it's still the same.
Tim works 30 hours a week at a holiday camp as a cleaner.
I couldn't get up in the morning and say I'm going to clean the house from top to bottom because I wouldn't have enough hours in the day. I wouldn't even get through one room because I'd get sidetracked. I'd pick up something and I'd think, oh, where am I going to put this?
Hello, Dad.
One of the only people allowed to see inside the house is Tim's disabled daughter, Lisa.
Not too bad. There's clutter everywhere. Clothes, papers, books. If I'm having a bad day with my cerebral palsy, then it is more difficult. You do need help now to get it sorted out.
I just can't do it on my own. I know I would never do it on my own.
It's got to that state where he just probably doesn't know where to start.
It's not comfortable. No room is comfortable. I've got to deal with it. I know I have. Otherwise it just gets worse.
Louise has just 4 days to help Tim restore order and deep clean his home.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Louise.
Oh, Louise, I'm Tim. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Tim. Are you okay?
I'm not bad. Thanks. A bit nervous.
Good. No, we're both nervous. Don't worry.
Come in. This is the main room.
I've never seen so much stuff
It's
piled up.
I bring things in, I put them down and they just stay.
There's no way I could sit and relax with that there.
This is my kitchen stroke diner.
Oh my goodness. So why is all the washing here?
If I need anything, it's there, I'll just take it off, quick iron and I'm wearing it.
How can you clean this properly on a regular basis with this much stuff?
It doesn't get cleaned on a regular basis, I'll be honest. It gets a proper clean about once, twice a year.
Once, twice a year for the kitchen?
For a kitchen.
The sink, when did you last clean this?
Christmas, which is 7 or 8
Christmas?
months. 7 or 8 months ago, yeah.
Why don't you just do it? It's woulda, coulda, shoulda. Just do it. Oh my God.
This is the bathroom, Louise.
Oh, Tim, this is bad. It's just horrendous.
Well, no, it's bad. I know it's bad.
If you know it's bad, then why not just clean it? I just don't understand. Oh my God, look at your sink. Well, how can you possibly wash yourself in here? Seriously.
I just stand in there and I run the shower. I do, just stand in there and run the shower.
I'm shocked. It's a lot worse than expected. I think Tim's in massive denial about his situation. I think he does need a bit of a wake-up call. I think it's time for it and time to change his life.
Louise wants to give Tim a taste of the cleaning regime she employs at home.
I'll do at least an hour, hour and a half in the morning before I go to work. I'll always hoover from top to bottom twice a day. I'll hoover all the kitchen floor, and then what I'll do is I'll bleach it on my hands and knees with a cloth. I don't use a mop and bucket. And then what I'll also do, once the floor is dried, I'll go down on my hands and knees, and then if I can see any little bits, I'll lick my finger and just even the tiniest little crumb or a piece of dust or whatever, I'll pick that up.
And this is every day?
Yeah. I do the kitchen worktops maybe 5 or 6 times a day, and then I come back in the evening and I'll do at least an hour, hour and a half.
I just can't believe anybody would spend that much time cleaning. That cleaning regime is just unbelievable.
It's going to need a lot of bleach, an awful lot of bleach.
In a recent survey, 42% of Brits said they'd never cleaned their home from top to bottom. But there's a unique group of individuals who are obsessed with keeping where they live spotless. At the age of 75, Victoria Burton from Southend in Essex still racks up over 40 hours of cleaning a week to keep her 9-roomed house spick and span.
My cleaning day never ends, so up till 2 o'clock in the morning, I can't help it. I can't relax until everything's perfect. The lady next door thought I was mad when I went out on the roof, sweep the roof, yeah. And she shouted up, "Why isn't your husband doing that?" I said, "Because you don't do it properly." I iron absolutely everything. Even my duster. That represents order and sanity.
In her almost 60 years of practice, she's developed some special cleaning methods.
I feel I've got the cleanest toilet in the whole street. I like to clean all the water up, every single drop. Then I scrub right under there. When these weren't so difficult, I always used to take this off as well and wash the ballcock. My husband says to me, I think your toilets must be cleaner than Buckingham Palace's toilets. I thought, wow. I like to clean my shower, either my underwear or my swimming suit. I don't know what the average Joe Bloggs does. Whatever it is, I don't do it. Grandchildren have been at these because I'd like to have them in order. They're not just anywhere. I'll have you know, they're from Harrods.
Victoria is leaving the household chores to husband Michael, while she helps a stranger get their home in order.
I really passionately feel that I can help somebody get a better life. Failure with this clean is not going to be an option.
She's very forthright and straight and direct, a bossy bitch. So if people don't try to help themselves, then you'd find that frustrating, wouldn't you?
Very. Bye.
Bye, darling.
Victoria will be taking her 8-hour-a-day cleaning habit from Southend-on-Sea to Castle Bromwich in the West Midlands.
Housework has always been a swear word in this house.
Computer technician Leslie Rice hasn't given her 3-bedroom flat a proper clean in the 19 years she's lived there.
You don't eat off the floor, so does it matter if the floor's a little bit dirty? Cooker's a bit grim, but the cooker doesn't have to be that clean, because the food's not touching it.
Although the landlord fitted a new kitchen just over a year ago, it hasn't prompted Leslie to clean up her habits.
There's not 19 years of rubbish in the cupboards in here, but obviously there's 19 years of grime on the ceiling and walls.
56-year-old Leslie suffers from a variety of health problems, pushing cleaning down her list of priorities.
This is my salubrious bathroom. It's just a case of it needs a damn good clean.
But motivating her now to do something about the state of the flat is the fact that her daughter, Christine, is uncomfortable about her children visiting.
I don't really want to let them play here because of the amount of bacteria and stuff that's probably lying about everywhere. So, Nan, your house is a mess. Where's the vacuum? My mum's a perfect nan. She needs to get it sorted so she can spend as much time as she can with the kids.
Hi,
Hi.
Leslie.
I'm Victoria.
Lovely to meet you. Like to come through?
Oh, my goodness me. I hope you've got a lot of elbow grease in you. Certainly going to need it.
Mm-hmm.
Grief. My goodness.
Yes, I know.
Haven't you heard of paint? Or just wash it. There'll be some improvement.
Yes, but it's getting down on my hands and knees to do it, isn't it?
I know, but I'm 75, honey, and I do it.
And this is the kitchen after you.
I don't think I want to go in there, to be quite honest. Oh, dear.
Not that bad.
Oh, it is. I mean, look at this. Ah! Oh, my goodness. Oh. Oh. And all this, look at this. Oh, my goodness. This cooker's disgusting.
I know it is, but it's one of those things that do it another time.
Yeah, but if you don't you understand, the more you leave it, the worse it's going to have to put more elbow grease in there. If you've done it nearly every day, or every other day, or once a week, it's not going to be nowhere near like this. I'm getting angry now. I mean, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Because this is disgusting.
This is my bathroom.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, look at this, look at this.
Well, that doesn't come off. I don't lift that up, so I don't see it.
That's not the point. That would be full of germs, and that.
Because I just haven't got around to doing it.
Oh, my goodness.
Got
It's your
around to
motto.
it.
I haven't got around to doing it. Ah.
It's my granddaughter.
So, you know, you don't want her to come and play in all this mess, do you?
No, I don't. This was my daughter's bedroom, but it's now become a junk room since she moved out. And a rubbish room.
So, when your grandchildren come, Leslie, where do they stay? Because this is just full of germs. It's just not healthy.
She sleeps in my bed with me.
That's not good.
I would like to get a room for her.
I must admit, I felt sick. She just don't care, and she just lets all the dirt there, her grandchildren come in the dirt. She's making excuses. I don't know her a lot, but just lazy.
With only 4 days to turn things around in the flat, Victoria wants to prepare Leslie for the high standards she'll be expecting to reach during the clean.
When I do my toilets, I get every drop of water out, then I go in and out, in and out, in and out.
Well, that's stupid. Germs don't come up through the water.
Oh, somebody's had a crocodile come up through the flipping water once.
Yeah, but germs don't.
Yes, they do. You're sitting near that. Germs don't just stay in the same place, honey.
But everybody's got germs.
Yeah, and that's why you should clean them away, shouldn't you? What's the point? In that case, we might just all sit back and live in filth, mightn't we?
It's annoyed me a little bit with her attitude. I think she thinks she's a bit better than me. She just wants to come in and say, you know, I can do it, so why can't you?
I just can't wait to get scrubbing and trying to teach her something.
In Portsmouth, full-time sales rep Louise, who spends 30 hours a week cleaning her house, will be tackling 3 of the rooms in Bachelor Tim's family home.
I love being the organiser, I love being the bossy one. I do that in my job, so I'm looking forward to applying that to Tim's house today, getting the bleach out, getting all the cleaning products out, maybe bossing Tim about a little bit, but I think he'll quite like it.
Louise wants to start with one of the dirtiest rooms, the bathroom. Although Tim cleans holiday camp toilets for a living, he only does his own bathroom twice a year.
Toilet brush, when was the last time you replaced that?
I don't replace it.
But it's got bits of poo on it.
So it hasn't got bits of poo. It might have bits of toilet paper, but it hasn't got bits of poo on it.
Anything that goes into your toilet, do you think it's hygienic to have it sat there for years?
It should be changed sometimes, yeah.
At home, Louise gets through 2.5 litres of bleach every day to keep her bathroom and toilets spotless.
So where's that cloth come from, Tim?
It was up here. There's a white cloth I kept up.
So you're cleaning the bath with the dirty cloth?
No, it's clean. It hasn't been used on anything. It'll do for this job.
Absolutely gross.
It may surprise you to know, Louise, that my current job is a cleaner.
You are a cleaner?
I work as a cleaner. I have to clean the ballroom toilets.
Are you joking me?
No, I am a cleaner. I work in cleaning. It's a job. It's not the job I've done all my life, but it's the job I do currently.
I can't believe you're a cleaner.
Why?
Because you don't clean your own house.
Yeah, but I get measured on whether I've cleaned or not. At home, I live here.
Oh my God, I can't believe that Tim is a cleaner. I'm absolutely gobsmacked.
1 in 50 people in Britain is diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. For some, this can manifest itself in an irrational fear of germs.
The thought of the dust, the particles in my house drives me crackers.
Although we come into contact with millions of harmless bacteria every day, for germaphobes with a fear of contamination, all bacteria are terrifying.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
What the hell have you trodden?
Mum of 3, Hayley from Sussex, was diagnosed with OCD in 2007.
Having OCD, you are always checking and you are constantly on alert, and you worry about everything.
Now Hayley is joining fellow obsessive compulsive cleaners to scientifically test whether the outside world is as dirty as they fear.
It's a very important thing to me to push my boundaries and confront my fears, because I feel like the more I do that, it makes me have control over the illness as opposed to it having control over me.
Today, Hayley and the team are confronting their collective fear of germs, testing somewhere 1/3 of us admit to only cleaning once a year, inside our cars.
Some people's cars skips on wheels. Absolutely. Can I say shit tips? When you get in somebody else's car and you see them stains, what is it? Is it feces or coffee?
Any kind of stain cannot be good.
For OCD-diagnosed Leslie and daughter Tuesday, keeping a germ-free car is a daily obsession.
This car is now cleaner than when we bought it brand new.
Even having a cleaner than usual passenger can be a challenge.
Sit down then, but don't put your feet in yet.
Okay.
Nobody comes in my car, and even when my mum does come in my car, when I absolutely have to take her somewhere, it's really traumatic for both of us because she has to antibac her hands.
They are actually bleached, but you know.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what you've touched in the meantime. I don't know where you've been. I'll shut the door so don't touch it.
Okay.
Order-obsessed Mark is equally extreme.
The car has to be immaculate. It's not unusual for me to take the wheels off of a car to clean them, which I think people do find completely bizarre.
And for perfectionist Richard...
Get me cleaning stuff.
Sanitising his car is a weekly ritual.
The car's an extension of the house, so therefore the car is as clean as the house. My dog goes in the back, so that's what, you know, that's one of the reasons why I have to keep it so clean.
I've just sat in slobber.
He only goes in the boot, don't worry.
Does it poo in the boot?
No, Kaylee, it doesn't poo in the car.
Before they put other people's cars to the test, they want to see how Richard's cleaning methods measure up.
Just going to take any grime and dirt off there and germs. Just want to get right in the corners and the edges.
When I'm cleaning my windows in my car, I always like put it down a little bit, the window, so I can clean the top as well, because when you put your window down, there's always a line there where the rubber's been.
That's an exceptionally good idea.
See? See the little line there? See, get on it, go on, get on it.
Oh, what were you thinking?
Bottom of the class.
This is my trusty air duster.
I'm impressed with that.
To me, it just seems like you're just moving the dust around a little bit rather than getting rid of it, whereas a hoover, using the point of it with a hoover, you're just getting rid, then it's gone then, isn't it? You know, that's right, so yeah.
I think, guys, I'm happy for you to do a bit of swabbing now.
To test for bacteria, they're using a device that checks hospital cleanliness levels.
Oh, look, she's going in the stitching. That's always a technique. Yeah.
A reading of 500 or under means a surface is safe enough for food preparation.
What?
Shocking! 541.
No.
Terrible. It's terrible.
Is it really?
Although Richard's car is almost clean enough to eat off, for these germaphobes, it's simply not clean enough.
You should be ashamed.
Yeah.
Filthy.
And you cleaned that?
And you've cleaned that?
A bleach wipe, a good solid bleach wipe, and it'd be much better.
I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that's clean, but you don't think about
Yeah.
the germs.
It definitely does make you think. It really does.
Now they're ready to step out of their comfort zone and take on the general public's cars.
I can't touch that. I can't touch that. Look at the germs on that.
Don't touch it. Shall I lift you?
No, can you move that? I'm not touching that.
Back at Leslie's flat, Victoria's plan is to give the kitchen, bathroom and spare room a deep clean.
What cleaning materials you got then?
Oh, I've got all the cleaning materials.
Well, what kind? Because I know some really good ones. What ones you got? Show me.
This is my cleaning cupboard.
Not much here, is there? Got a hoover?
Yeah.
Dustpan and brush?
Yeah.
Good. Have you got something you can kneel on when you scrub the floor? Oh, gee whiskins. And believe it or not, at my age, I do get down and scrub my kitchen floor.
That's what mops are for.
They don't get in the corners. Have you got any disinfectant?
Yes.
Where's that?
In the bathroom.
How much you got?
About half a large bottle.
I think here you're going to need more like a flipping container load, aren't you?
Given the 19 years of dirt to shift, stocking up on cleaning products is Victoria's first priority.
Right, cleaning. I only hope an establishment like this has got the good stuff. When did you last get all this gear?
Well, I just buy it as and when I think I need it.
Oh, right, well, that's not very often then.
There's a large bleach here.
Great, what makes that though?
Does it matter? It's bleach.
Yeah, it's not...
Bleach is bleach.
No, it's not strong.
They're all the same. They are.
No, they're not.
They are.
They're not. If you don't have the best products, you're just not going to get the best results, are you? Really looking forward to today's cleaning because I love to see the difference. I'm looking forward to this because it's so dirty. But the difference is going to be amazing. So we've got cloths, dusters,
floor cleaner.
Floor cleaner. I think you need a flamethrower.
No. Hard work. I need a rest after this. I don't know about going back and start cleaning.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
In the West Midlands, Victoria wants to make a start on Leslie's kitchen, where the walls and ceiling have 19 years of grime and nicotine stains, and despite a refit just over a year ago, the oven and hob are thick with grease.
We're going to tackle the worst thing. What would you think was the worst thing in your kitchen?
The cooker.
Precisely. So, right, so where's this? Thank you. Now what we've got to do is you keep doing this until you've got a nice big lump you can wipe off. Look, it's cut, see what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're beginning to see the top of the cooker now. Now come on, you're going to be doing this. Do the edges and along there. Mm-hmm. With a bit of elbow grease to it. And then you want a nice hot flannel to wipe away. Oh, look.
What? Yeah, I know.
Are you looking, Honey Munch?
Yes.
There you go. Nobody get angry with me, it's not me. This is your work, babe. Don't forget the front bit.
She's like a tornado.
I ought to start on next to it, actually.
She just dash, 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 dash.
You need a bit of elbow grease. It will come off.
She needs to chill out a bit.
You've done this little bit as well?
Oh,
It's just a little bit under there. Look. Oh.
After just half an hour, 56-year-old Leslie is struggling to keep up with 75-year-old Victoria.
You want a cup of tea?
Oh, I wouldn't drink tea here, honey. Sorry, I wouldn't. Perhaps in 2 days.
I'll have one of myself then.
Well, do what you like. Ah!
What?
Nothing. I've got a thing to take away my aggravation here. I just want to go da-da-da and clean everything I touch, and I don't want to leave because it's still... Just like that. I've never seen anything left go quite so bad. It's not that big to keep clean. You can do a little bit each day. It's just no excuse. I don't think there's any excuse at all. Right, so we'll just rinse that off. See? See that? You can see your face in it.
Yeah.
I've missed a bit. Hang on, I'm sorry. I've got to do that bit I missed. It's annoying me.
Victoria, do you want to sit down?
Yeah.
Nice clean towel here for you to sit on.
Leslie finally persuades Victoria to take a break.
Obviously, I'm only here for a few days, but when I go, I'd like to feel that I've done something to help, give you a different, outlook on keeping the place clean. Because I know you love your grandkids. Just think of them as well. I have seen a lot of dirt here, and the kids are touching it all the time.
I think my mind had already started to go round to wanting to get
That's
it
why you
done,
asked for help here.
Which is why I asked for help.
Right, and because you felt it was too overwhelming in your condition, with whatever your condition is, and...
Well, yeah, I suffer from depression, and also 2 years ago I was diagnosed with sleep apnea.
What's that? I'm very ignorant, my body.
You actually stop breathing in your sleep. That is one of the reasons why I was tired all the time.
Right.
Because I wasn't getting sleep. It's difficult,
Yeah.
I joke about it.
Yeah, I've noticed that. And I took umbrage to that when I first came. I thought you weren't serious.
No, but I am.
Stop me crying now. So we're going to work together here?
Well, yeah.
Oh, bless your heart. We're going to do it. You're going to stop me crying. I realise a lot of things happening to her in her life. She's had this kind of health problem. So I can understand her a lot more now. And we've got really close there, and I feel good about that.
I'm glad I sort of got everything out with Victoria.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Because now she understands me better and isn't so judgmental.
There's another lottery ticket there. That's 18 months out of date.
Let's hope it wasn't a winner.
In Portsmouth, Louise is tackling Tim's cluttered front room, which he's been too ashamed to invite anyone into for years.
Do you not feel like just getting hold of all this stuff and just put it straight in the skip?
No.
Absolutely no way?
No, not. That's what the trouble is. I don't feel that I can throw it out without going through it.
It's just been really frustrating for me. There's so much stuff that I would literally just chuck in the bin without a single thought. But for Tim, they've really meant something, so I've tried my best to be patient.
Tim and his wife separated 7 years ago, and their 2 children are now grown up, but many of their family items remain.
Is there any particular reason why you do keep hold of certain things? Because you seem to have like an attachment to maybe family life from, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago.
Maybe because 10 to 15 years ago I still had a family life as a family life, and I wasn't on my own.
Yeah. To me, it feels like you're living in somebody else's house, even though it's your house.
Yes, I see where you come from with that.
In the hope of inspiring him to get rid of more, Louise shows Tim photos of her minimalist home.
That's my lounge.
That's how it is all the time. It never...
Yeah. That's my kitchen.
It's quite anonymous.
Anonymous? Is that what you said?
When I say anonymous, if I was looking at a new development and they took me to the show home, that's what you'd see.
Yes.
Well,
That's what I want it to look like.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to take much out of that, and it would be nobody know who lived there, would they?
That's probably true.
You know.
But I like it like that. See, for me, I come in here and I don't know who lives in your house either because it's just full of stuff that doesn't tell me anything about you.
If it had just been left to Louise, virtually everything would have been in that skip. We did have a happy times living here, so it's not that easy just to say, right, that's just a tacky ornament, let's throw it away. It's not, it's got memories.
We all come into contact with millions of germs every day. For most people, this isn't an issue, as they don't usually cause a healthy person harm. But for some of those with OCD, it can be a major challenge. At a service station outside London, Hayley and her team of obsessive cleaners are facing some of their worst fears and testing the public's vehicles for bacteria.
They're all gonna be dirty.
White van man, you know, eating his bacon butty in the morning or his egg sandwiches or whatever, and then straight back on the steering wheel. And...
Yeah.
70% of Brits admit to eating in their vehicles. And the first under scrutiny is a white van.
If it meant going to the hospital in a white van, I'm sorry, leave me at home, let me get on with my symptoms. It's not happening, is it?
No.
Can I come in if you just, I'll hop in there. Thank you, darling. Can somebody, I can't touch
Come on,
that.
look, come
I can't touch that. Look, just move that because I can't touch that.
Yeah, that's it. They are.
Oh, it's really bad in here. I mean, I wouldn't bring my dog in here, sweetheart. It stinks.
As they did with Richard's car earlier, they're testing with a bacterial measuring device used in hospitals to ensure the highest levels of hygiene.
Yeah, it's well mucky looking. Look at that.
A reading of 500 or less means a surface is safe enough for food preparation.
I'm joking.
It's 78.
Yeah, that's cleaner than yours.
That is really good.
Yeah, see?
The white van seat registered just 78, compared to the 541 previously recorded on Richard's steering wheel.
Thank you very much.
Hi, sorry to interrupt your little
Hello.
motorway break.
It's all right.
On average, on a weekly basis, how often would you clean your car?
It's definitely not weekly. It's
Annually?
probably not monthly.
She's not alone, with a third of Brits admitting to only cleaning inside their cars once a year.
Oh,
Wow.
It's an incredibly low 15 for her much-used indicators.
Well, that's almost surgical, to be honest with you.
On average, Brits use some form of private hire 12 times a year, but for a germaphobe, it can be unthinkable.
Me, personally, I haven't been in a cab for years because there's so many people in it. You know, at night, the people who are drunk, there's probably been sick in there, a bit of faeces, a little bit of wee. You know, you never know because a taxi man doesn't clean like ours. It's 4.
No! Anything under 500 is clean.
Well done.
Who's got OCD, me or you?
Yeah, that's brilliant. Starting to worry now.
I'm ashamed to say that I thought you were going to be really dirty devils.
Clean cab. People like to get in it.
I'm
And
proud.
get bigger tips, maybe.
You'll be having big tips off me, lads.
So, will the day's surprising results have a lasting impact on the obsessive cleaners?
You can see that a lot of things aren't actually as bad as you might think. Just because it looks like it's a bit dirty doesn't mean it is full of germs. You're going to die of the plague from touching it.
It reiterates the fact that it is just a fault that I'm having. Someone diagnosed with OCD, it's been a real eye-opener.
Even though I've seen this today and had the proof that, you know, taxis and things like that aren't as dirty as you would expect, still got to be anti-bac in my hands and my car and things, you know?
I think I'm going to take my car to Tuesday's car cleaning services.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Halfway through the clean in the Midlands, pensioner Victoria is tackling Leslie's bathroom.
I will tell you what I do. I go up and down as fast as you can.
She's hoping to convert her to a remarkably thorough way of cleaning a toilet.
You want to take out as much water as you can from what's in there. Squeeze it out really, really tight.
It's an awful lot of work.
Yeah, but only if you leave it this long. So I spray it all around, okay? And then a bit more of that, okay? But okay, so you have a go See, that's where your germs live, in that little black bit.
Mm.
Have you ever cleaned your toilet?
The way a normal person cleans a toilet, yes.
Well,
but
what do you mean normal?
Put a bit of bleach round. I think that toilet process is a bit excessive. There's no need to go to the full emptying the water out the bowl, etc.
It's really just a ritual now to me.
I think it's a ritual you need to get out of.
No. See what I mean? It's lovely. Sparkling clean, darling.
It's come up lovely and clean.
Yeah, good.
Although Leslie is getting stuck in to get all the rooms finished in time, Victoria has called in professional help with the walls and ceilings, which have 19 years of grease and nicotine stains.
I would start on the ceiling. That needs doing really badly. And work my way down to get the whole thing kind of sparkling clean.
While the steam cleaner gets to work, the ladies make a start on Leslie's daughter's old room.
I shouldn't get this much rubbish after a rock festival, would you?
Victoria wants to turn it into a clean and safe bedroom for Leslie's granddaughter when she visits.
So we're going to get all this muck out here.
Yep.
Because your granddaughter's going to be here, it's going to be sparkling clean, isn't it?
At home, Victoria uses almost 200 cotton buds a month on her window
And
frames.
this. And get in the corners you can't. Right, oh, look, see? Lovely big bit of dirt there. Good for the garden.
Come on, Q-tips.
There we go. I think she's getting the cleaning bug now. I'm beginning to see that little bit of pride creeping in. And hopefully she'll keep it up.
It is very satisfying, isn't it?
Getting a warm glow
I
inside.
can actually see white. I'm comfortable with Victoria now, and we're having fun. And I didn't think cleaning could be fun.
Oh, I say.
In Portsmouth, Tim's reluctance to throw things away is easing.
Yeah, I've got a couple more things I was going to chuck out, I think.
Feels good, doesn't it?
No, it don't feel good. It's
Yeah,
just.
it does.
With the draining board cleared, Louise can make a start on Tim's sink, which hasn't been cleaned in 8 months.
How often do you do your sink then, Louise?
I clean my sink every single time I've used it. So,
Every single time you've used it?
yeah. I can't leave any like watermarks, or I won't ever leave my sink with water. You know, like the droplets of water in the bottom?
Yeah.
I'd always clean it and dry it so that, you know, it's really shiny. When I go to put my cleaning cloth away in the cupboard, sometimes I'll drop a few bits of water on the floor, so then I have to clean my floor again.
Honest?
Yeah. But then, obviously, it means I've used my sink again, so then I'm in a vicious circle because then I've got to clean my sink again when I've finished. So I can end up doing it 2 or 3 times.
But that vicious circle business, it can take over a life, so that becomes more important than lots of other things in your life.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. I wish I could chill out a bit sometimes, but I just like things perfect all the time.
But I don't think you can never get perfection. You can get close.
Try.
I know you can try, but you can never actually achieve it. The best you can do is keep getting back to a good standard.
Yeah.
Soap suds.
I've never seen anybody put soap suds in the bin before.
Well,
I would like to come away from this experience maybe being a bit more chilled out with my routine, and maybe just throwing caution to the wind and leaving a coffee cup in the sink.
In the West Midlands, Victoria is putting the finishing touches to Leslie's flat after 4 days of deep cleaning. 19 years of grease and grime have been removed from the kitchen walls. And decorators are preparing the spare room for Leslie's granddaughter, Arissa, who's on her way to see it with Mum Christine. 4 days ago, this room was a dumping ground, and so dirty it was off limits to 4-year-old Arissa.
Wow.
Pink!
Yeah.
Pink for my little princess.
Look at that, Arissa. Do you like it?
This is great. Here, she's heavy.
I'm ever so glad now. At least she can. I know she's got somewhere nice and clean, and you can even see out the garden now, out the clean windows.
In the bathroom, 19 years of dirt has been scrubbed away and the toilet emptied and scoured.
Nice and bright again, isn't it?
It's easy. Now it's clean, it's...
Easier to keep clean.
You've got to keep it clean.
You're going to keep it clean.
In the kitchen, Leslie didn't believe in the need to clean the floor or hob, as you don't eat off them. But now the whole room is spotless and hygienic.
So everything's lovely, easy to wipe down when you're finished.
It's been great having somebody to motivate me. Would you drink a cup of tea in here with me now?
Do you know what? I think I actually might.
I can't remember the last time I actually saw it this clean. It's amazing. I'm just so proud of my mum for getting down and cleaning everywhere.
I genuinely believe that I will keep this place clean. Might not be as finicky as Victoria, but it will be clean.
Give Nanny a kiss and say thank you for doing all the cleaning.
You can say thank you.
Thank you, Nanny.
Good
It's a new beginning, babe.
Yep.
It really is. I've got to see a few tears there at all. Quite a lot of emotion, actually. I'm quite surprised. It's completed, and I can see the result. I think Leslie has had a wake-up call, and she's gonna... I think she's just taking pride of it now.
Louise has spent the last few days getting rid of 7 years' worth of clutter and dirt from 3 of the rooms in Tim's house. She's also been trying to win him over to some of her more unusual cleaning practices.
And then just go over it and just make it shiny and polish it. Yeah, you can twitch, you can do what you want. So you're getting into it now, aren't you?
Oh, it's easy.
Are you gonna keep this up once I've gone?
Not this.
You're not gonna buff? It's good fun though.
Soon, Tim's daughter, Lisa, will be coming to see the results of the clean. But there's one obstacle left for Louise to overcome. The front room unit.
Right, the reason I don't have any... The reason I don't have anything all over shelves like this is because then you can come in on a daily basis and literally just sweep it and it takes you 2 minutes.
Tim's wife, Sue, moved out 7 years ago, leaving behind shelves of knickknacks he hasn't wanted to shift.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah?
Does Tim like donkeys?
Tim doesn't mind donkeys.
But does Tim want donkeys in his living room 365 days of the year?
Tim is not fussed about having donkeys in his living room.
So we'll put them in the box. For me, though, I just think you don't need to have everything round you all the time.
If there's nothing in the display unit, it might as well be in the furniture shop.
Is that an option?
Finally agreeing to clear the cabinet of family ornaments, Tim will wait to hear what his daughter thinks when she sees the results of the big clean.
I think it might take Lisa's reaction to actually make Tim realise what's been achieved in a relatively short period of time.
Hello, Lisa,
Dad.
come in.
How are you?
All right, thanks. And you?
I'm all right.
4 days ago, Tim was so ashamed of his cluttered front room that it was out of bounds to visitors.
Look.
Blimey, this is lovely. It looks like a
Looks
living room.
better, doesn't it?
It looks a lot better. It's like a living room again.
So is there anything that you've walked in here and thought, oh, that's disappeared?
All the ornaments from the top shelf over on that unit.
OK. But do you miss them or have you just noticed that they're not there?
I've just noticed that they're not there.
Do you still feel like it feels like a family room?
Yeah, because it's obviously my dad's lived here for 20 odd years, so it does still feel like a family room.
In the kitchen, every surface was piled high and hadn't been cleaned in 8 months.
Right, Lisa, what do you think to this?
Blimey, it's really nice. Crikey, you can actually see the draining board, everything is really lovely. It looks like a proper kitchen again now, where you can actually sit there and have your breakfast.
The bathroom, which only got a deep clean twice a year, was thick with dirt and mould.
Blimey, look at this. This is lovely and clean. I actually don't recognise the bathroom, Dad.
Don't you?
It hasn't been this clean for a long, long time. I'm really proud of it now. I hope you are, Dad, and I hope you're going to try and keep it like this.
I said I'm going to try and keep up to this standard.
Right, Tim, thanks very much for everything. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you, Louise, because this wouldn't have got done without you.
Oh, well, you're more than welcome, and I just hope you keep it up.
I'm going to try. I am really going to try hard. She's brought to me the realisation that you just can't let things slide. You've just got to stay on top of it. Whether I've had any effect on her or not, I don't know. I hope that she will sort of just ease back a little bit.
I think spending time with Tim has kind of changed my sort of opinion on things. For me, I kind of think that if all the cleaning's not done, then maybe the world's going to kind of collapse in, which is, I think I've realised, is total nonsense.
I'm proud of you for doing it.
Well, thanks, Lise.
Really proud. Because it's a nice home. You now can open the door wide when people are at the door instead of just poking your head through and not letting anyone see it.
Yeah, well, I can actually let people in there if I need to let people in to go in the front room.
Yeah.
A quarter of adults in Britain are so obsessed with cleaning and tidying that they spend 2.5 hours or more every weekday on household chores, with many feeling compelled to abide by strict regimes and rituals.
I have to clean the door handles probably anything up to 200 times a day.
I've got to think about even numbers, so volumes on TV will always be on even numbers.
This is the ensuite bathroom. Don't use the bath. Refer to it as our big ornament.
But for most of us, keeping our homes clean and tidy is not a priority. With 73% of people admitting they hide things behind sofas when expecting a visitor.
There is poo. There is actually poo. Not good.
And a messy 57% of Brits often describing their home as a pigsty.
Yeah, my living room's a bit of a mess where I can't find the whole floor.
So can a group of obsessive cleaners transform the habits of a nation?
Moths have already taken to it.
Just makes me feel a bit...
I think I'll knock with me feet.
Or will changing the lives of those with a very different attitude to cleanliness prove too much for the people whose need for perfection...
Do you mind if I just step out? Just the sheer smell.
...has become an obsession.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're just walking off like some sort of...
Clive needs to put his hand down his pants, find his balls and make a decision.
You'd just be amazed. The amount of disgusting muck that accumulates here.
30-year-old payroll administrator Glen from Watford spends 16 hours a week keeping his one-bedroom apartment immaculate.
Cleaning is very important to me. This is a rental property, so to make it ours, really had to go through and just scrub everything until my fingers bled. I sometimes think it's not so much the cleaning itself, it's the buzz I get from it. I think it's a control thing, really, because out there, I haven't really got control over anything, but in here, I'm the boss. I do like the shower curtains hanging a particular way, and the towel like that.
Glen's favourite objects are a spirit level and a tape measure that he uses to line up almost everything he owns.
The idea for this just kind of came to me, really. I want it perfect, the right way.
Glen only ever prepares ready meals that require one plate, one oven tray and one knife and fork.
So even if the hob hasn't been used, it still gets it clean. I don't cook, ever. It's just the creation of mess and crumbs and washing up. I would rather have an immaculate kitchen than something to eat. Some of my traits are obsessive compulsive, but they are irrational, like opening the cupboards and touching things. Just to touch them, like that, and it's all fine. Touching things that haven't moved, I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm not bothering anybody.
Glen wants to use his passion for cleaning to change the life of someone whose domestic habits are very different from his own.
I would really like the opportunity to be able to help someone who's let things get on top of them and really, really wants to turn over a new leaf, and I think I've got it in my power to help.
Glen's taking his obsessive cleaning habit from his one-bedroom flat in Bedfordshire 100 miles away to Shanklin on the Isle of Wight.
Oh, I see. Curtains could do with a wash, I reckon.
Glen will be spending the next 4 days in this 15-roomed ex-hotel.
This is an African witch doctor's mask, and it was given to me by a shaman as I performed some magic for them. So this is a Tibetan exorcist's pouch, and this came from Lhasa. This is a missile plotting chart from the good old days of the Cold War.
48-year-old David moved his vast collection into this house 15 years ago and has since managed to fill each of the 15 rooms and every other available surface.
I'm a collector, and collecting is far different to hoarding. I collected since I was about 4 years old, and I'm interested in most things. Anything historical that comes my way, I like to be able to touch history, not just read about it.
David claims a varied CV ranging from private investigator to archaeologist to magician. His home is a reflection of his many interests, including 300,000 books, 10 African masks, 25 military uniforms, and a range of magician's props.
This is an interesting magic item. It defies gravity. I think the collecting side of it stems from the fact that when I was 4 years old, or thereabouts, my mother gave away some of my toys, and I was so upset that my father ended up going back to the fete and buying them all back again. But I think I've collected things ever since. I'm a collector, not a hoarder.
It doesn't represent him very well, whereas he's a really nice bloke, you know. Really good fun and great sense of humour.
But with increasingly poor health, David has asked for help in bringing some order to the chaos and to turn this ex-hotel back into a home.
The house was last cleaned, I think, probably properly about 10 years ago. As my health deteriorates over the years, I'm finding it harder and harder to cope.
I think it's totally not good for health. I think he needs to clear everything and start afresh.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm David.
Glen.
Welcome to my house.
Thank you. Wow. This is incredible.
So here's the kitchen.
Already there's more items and objects than I've got in my entire home. So is the whole house like this?
Oh no, the whole house is a lot worse.
Wow. I certainly wouldn't let anybody see, you know, my kitchen if it was like this.
You're scratching yourself again?
Yeah, I'm just stunned. Yeah, do you know what? I'm just going to put my gloves on.
Let's go and have a look at the hotel bar.
Oh, it's quite tight, isn't it? It's quite difficult to even, like, get across the room, isn't it? You might notice I'm rubbing my hands together, I'm scratching my neck. It's just when I'm a bit unsure and a bit overwhelmed as I am.
I can understand that.
This is what I do. What is this?
Well, that's a Fiji mermaid. The front end of this is basically a capuchin monkey, and the rest of it is sort of a carp.
This is a fascinating piece, and it's on a pile of stuff in this room behind a closed door. So we've got aviator goggles.
Yes, I used to fly. I've raced boats, I've raced airplanes, and I've raced cars.
Right.
This used to be the hotel dining room.
This, I mean, this is just nothing like my house at all. Oh, fresh air, dear me. At the moment, I'm feeling like I've really got my work cut out for me. I was stunned that someone could just bumble around and quite happily ignore the rooms in that state. It was just disgusting. It was rancid.
I can understand his point of view. I just hope that he can understand mine. This is real life, not a surgical ward.
Glen is only too aware of the scale of the task ahead, so gives David a taste of what lies in store.
Right, so I brought with me some pictures of my home.
Oh, yes.
Now I've seen how you live, I thought you might be interested to see how I live. So
and this is the hall?
Hoovered daily, skirting boards dusted, pictures dusted, adjusted with spirit levels. The kitchen, everything buffed, shined. Tops of the kitchen cabinets are done once a week. We've got the living room, that's dusted, hoovered, everything, skirting boards, light bulbs.
Not a lot of stuff.
It's still obviously a home, not like a hotel room or something, but it's clean.
See, I was just thinking that. Hotel room.
Hotel room, really?
Yeah.
That's what I've tried to avoid. I don't think he's quite grasping what we're going to do. I'm a doer. I want to get involved and get it sorted.
I think my house represents me in that it's slightly eccentric, slightly weird, and shows an awful lot of things that I've done in my life.
In the UK, 30% of us admit to never cleaning our windows. Yet there is a group of Brits who are waging a war on dirt and clutter. 42-year-old full-time area bank manager and single mother Zara spends 4 hours a day making sure her house achieves impeccable show home standards.
I've got a white sofa that you don't really sit on, so I suppose you could say that's a show sofa. I've got cushions you don't lean on, so they're like show cushions. I'll puff this probably about 30 times a day. I don't think if there was a natural disaster, I think I'd still have time to like fluff a cushion.
Striving for perfection is not just limited to the living room.
A show towel is like a display towel. It's a towel in your bathroom, but it's not to be used. It's just to be like two squares folded over. And when I've got my stripe quilt, it has to be on a certain stripe of the quilt. This blind always has to go in this position so that this bit is level with that.
Zara also vacuums 4 times a day, ensuring every inch of her home is pristine.
I love my hoover.
And 8-year-old daughter Izzy is being trained up to mum standards.
You are not allowed to lean on the cushions. 6, you are not allowed to use show towels.
I really don't care what other people think. I was brought up on pledge, so yeah, and I'm fine. So, you know, it's not going to kill her.
I'm definitely not turning into you.
You will, because I said that about Nanny.
I don't want to be a lunatic. You're like a robot that just like has a system that needs to clean.
Zara has decided to take 4 days out of her busy life in the hope that someone else will benefit from her extraordinary cleaning talents.
I don't understand. I could live in squalor. I want to live in squalor. So I'm going to show people my way, the way of the show towels.
She's travelling 200 miles from Chelsfield, Kent, to South Wales to clean a home that doesn't quite come up to her show home standards.
Keep going past these houses thinking, I wonder if it's a house like that.
"37-year-old shop owner Jo from Bridgend lives with her 2 sons and husband Clive. Her home is consumed by over 7 years' worth of clutter.
This is our living room. As you can see, there's not much room here. It's all cluttered with toys, clothes, and shopaholic. If I hadn't been out and bought anything, I used to get quite depressed.
Jo's compulsive shopping habits and inability to throw anything away means her son Dan's bedroom is almost inaccessible due to piles of clothes, toys and board games.
I would like more room in our house to play. When I have my friend round, we usually play like a nice little board game, like Monopoly or something. We usually have a board up here and play up here on the bed.
Jo has formed a sentimental attachment to the whole family's belongings and after 7 years has finally acknowledged she's unable to sort the mess on her own.
I just want to try and get the house sorted, that I can come home from work, see the boys, and then we can do jigsaws together like we always did.
Zara has just 4 days to declutter Jo's 2 tons of clothes and children's items.
Hello. Hi, I'm Zara.
Hi.
Nice
I'm
to
Jo.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Jo.
Watch your break your neck.
Oh, I won't break my neck.
Right, if you want to follow me up here now.
I'll just put my bag there, Jo.
Yeah, I must warn you, mind, it is total wipeout. These are the wardrobes I can't exactly get to.
Oh, God,
So-
yeah, Jo, this is...
Put 'em
you
away.
can't even get the door open, can you?
Yeah, so...
I couldn't sleep in here. Like, my hands are really sweaty and and I just want to sort it out. I just want to fling open the windows and I just want to pull everything out and sort it out with you. And I feel quite sad that this is your room.
This is my Danny boy's room, it says. Well,
oh my God,
it will be when it's...
If anything, this is worse than your room, I think. Do you not think you need to set an example?
It does make me feel bad, and that is why I'm right. I want to get it done. I'll take you into the living room now.
It's a little bit cluttered, isn't it? See, I could not have a monkey on the back of my sofa. I've got a brown leather sofa like you, but I've got a cream sofa opposite and no one sits on it. Nothing goes on it.
What happens if somebody comes in and they go to sit down then?
I couldn't concentrate on anything other than you're sitting somewhere you shouldn't sit. Where do our kids play? There's not one available inch of room. Something's got to give.
Having seen the extent of the clutter, Zara's keen to share her plan for the next 4 days with Joe.
We need to sort out what we're doing going forward. Project, clean the house, tidy the house, let's get a show house. We'll clean it thoroughly and then we'll just try and find a place for everything. We can crack on with full clean in the morning. How are you feeling about that?
Ready to go.
On the Isle of Wight, Glen has 4 days to tackle the former 15-roomed hotel. He's decided he will only be able to manage 3 of the rooms: the old bar, adjoining dining room and the kitchen.
Walking in afresh, I mean, the smell is really strong. If anything, it's worse than yesterday.
Before Glen can address David's historical hoard, first he wants to attack the 15 years of grime.
I would like to tackle the kitchen, clear all these surfaces so we can see what we're dealing with. I'm putting you on bin bag duty. That one.
What's in that one?
You don't need a selection of chocolate drinks. Surely one's enough?
Yes, I do.
You want to keep that? That's quite a dirty jar.
No, go on.
New bag of sugar. Yep, good, good, good. I mean, I'm going to assume anything in the lower levels is going to be rubbish.
As an archaeologist, I can say the lower levels are always the most valuable.
Bread sauce, July 2008, David.
It's in a packet.
David, you're telling me that you think, oh, I fancy a bit of bread sauce, you're going to crack this open and serve it this evening?
Yeah, I would do.
Or would you leave it here to rot? No. It's going in the rubbish.
4 hours and 10 bin bags of rubbish later, the kitchen surfaces are finally clear. And Glen can move on to the antiquated fridge.
Careful of the water.
OK, let's see what's going to happen when we open the door. Wow. Sticky, they are not wrong. Toffee pudding.
David bought this vintage fridge 15 years ago and has never once cleaned or defrosted it.
Go.
Oh. OK, it can go.
Oh.
Or do I want to keep it? You all right?
Yes, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Purple and...
It's just rot and it's dirt and it's mould and it's just... Oh, it's disgusting and it's making me like... What baffles me also is your complete lack of shame about it. Like, how are you feeling with my reaction to your fridge?
I can understand your reaction to my fridge, yeah.
I mean, can you get the smell as well?
Yeah.
You can? I mean, would you want to put your head down and have a good sniff down there? I don't think you would you? It's not pleasant,
It's not exactly pleasant, no.
No, I think, to be honest, it's going to have to go.
It's a collectible 1950s.
Yeah, but it's,
thing.
I mean, it's ruined, it's dirty. Look at this down here. This is disgusting. This is completely unsalvageable.
With the fridge too large to move, it must stay. So Glen has hired some removal men to skip David's chest freezer to make way for a new additional fridge instead. It's been left unplugged and hasn't been opened for 15 years.
Oh dear. Oh. Can you get some fresh air? Let me get out of it.
There's not a bit of shame or anything. It's muck on me. I don't know what it is.
1 in 50 people in Britain are diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. For some, this can manifest itself in ritualistic behaviour and a fear of germs.
If there's a circle, I've got to start all over again with the bleach.
Although we come into contact with millions of harmless bacteria every day, for germophobes with a fear of contamination, all bacteria are terrifying.
We're standing in it. We're standing in poo.
Mum of 3, Hayley, was diagnosed with OCD in 2007, and her obsessional behaviour has impacted on many areas of her life.
Throughout my life, I've had different forms of the OCD. So sometimes I might get intrusive thoughts. I fear that if I don't carry out these rituals, that my children will die. So for me, the important thing to confront my fears. Literally, a part of me has just died inside. The more I do that, it makes me have control over the illness as opposed to it having control over me.
Tonight, fellow OCD-diagnosed Leslie and Tuesday and order-obsessed Mark are joining Hayley. They're taking themselves out of their comfort zone by doing something they rarely do: bowling.
How are you with door handles?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with door handles.
Well, none of us can touch the door handles.
Good job, Ria.
Don't worry, I've got the door.
For newly OCD-diagnosed Leslie, it's a big night, as she's not been to a place of entertainment for over 20 years.
Nights out? No, 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 no. All the crowds of people, the dirty glasses, the smells. Too much. I could be home polishing.
Do you want to take your shoes off, guys, and we do a swap?
No, 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 no.
You can't do that.
You're not wearing them?
I'd rather... No, no.
You need to wear the shoes, I'm afraid.
In the UK, it's not a legal requirement to sanitise bowling shoes after use.
They smell fresh.
Do you want me to source you a pair of socks?
A what?
A pair of socks.
Clean socks?
Yeah, that'd be lovely. Yes, please. What do you reckon, Hale? Yeah? Okay, thank you.
I think we're just down here, are we?
It smells fur. We'll swab.
Yeah, OK.
Let's swab.
OK, yeah, we'll swab.
To test the shoes, they're using a bacterial measuring device and looking for a level of 500 or under. Even if a reading is over 500, the accepted level for good food hygiene, it's unlikely the average healthy person will come to any harm.
There, look.
Get the bowling shoes.
Will you put some on?
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
There you go.
Leslie, you're going to do it with us.
The bowling shoes.
Right.
Germophobic Leslie sterilises all of her footwear at home and hasn't tried on anyone else's shoes since she was 6 years old.
That'll do.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God, you look like a little school kid.
Do you feel anxious or do you feel OK?
Okay.
You feel OK?
We need to get the right size ball for my hand. I'd hate to think what's in the finger holes in the bowling balls.
A recent survey said people wash their hands more thoroughly in the morning, and on a night out, 15% of men didn't wash their hands at all.
You might as well be putting your finger in somebody's bum hole.
I really want to swab this. I could not. If it came out and it was like a low reading, I would be absolutely gobsmacked.
I really do reckon it will be high.
Definitely over 500. Oh, you've got to be joking. How? How is that so low?
At 64, the bowling ball is near surgical levels of cleanliness.
Right, let's bowl. Have that. Yeah, look. Your bowl, see?
It's a goodie. Oh.
Just push it.
Oh.
I've never seen this before, ever in my life.
Yeah. Well, I have to say.
If I can do it, somebody out there who's starting off and they think they've got the symptoms, they can do it.
This will encourage me to get involved a bit more when my kids... I don't want to deprive them of doing things just because I don't like it, because that would be selfish of me.
Awful, dude.
So proud of everybody.
Yeah.
We've done it. Let's go now.
Yeah.
Later, our obsessive compulsives pushed their boundaries further by hitting a cocktail bar.
We're leaving.
In Bridgend, obsessive cleaner Zara has decided to ambitiously tackle 4 rooms in Joe's 6-roomed house: son Dan's bedroom, living room, Joe's bedroom and kitchen.
I like everything in its place, very decorative, very pretty, highly polished. In my kitchen, I've got, as I said, the show oven glove, show tea towel, show olive oil, show vodka. I don't want to drink because it looks too pretty. And that's kind of what I'm trying to bring to your house.
But before Zara's standards can be set, she's tasked Joe to sift through some of the 7 years' worth of clutter in the garden.
Dan's first birthday card off his nan. Oh, I am going to struggle a bit. I'm going to try. I am going to try. Oh.
I will be cleaning what I do best. Joe will have to sort out, which she doesn't do best, but she's going to learn to.
At home, Zara spends 15 hours a week on her kitchen alone and gets through 8 bottles of bleach.
I love bleach. 1, because it gets everything really clean, but 2, it's just got a lovely smell.
I hate that smell. I'm never going to use bleach in my house. But she's a whiz and she's using her magic now and doing the same in my house like she's done with hers.
It's just satisfying. Every little groove I'm going in, it's like a lovely feeling. I mean, I've done all the bleach in the house already and I haven't even done one room yet.
2 hours into the clean, Jo, left to her own devices, has only parted with 1 bag of rubbish.
Yeah.
What's the hardest things to get rid of, Jo? What's the things that are...
Mainly the boys.
Boys' things?
The boys' things, yeah. I don't know what, I mean...
Why do you think it's the boys' things that make you...
I don't know if it's because they've like grown up so fast and...
You want to hang on to like little bits of their childhood?
Yeah.
OK. I don't want you to get rid of any memories, Jo. That's not what I'm here to do.
I don't want to keep everything because otherwise I'm going to be in the same boat.
With temperatures soaring into the 90s and progress slow, Zara leaves Jo in the garden while she turns her attention to Jo's youngest son, Dan's bedroom.
There's no order. They're higgledy-piggledy. They're different colours, they're different sizes. They're driving me bonkers. They've got to come off.
I'm not as organised as Zara, as you can see, but I'm trying. I am trying really hard.
I can't even describe this afternoon. It's like the nearest I think I've ever been to insanity. I'm in a 7-year-old boy's bedroom, kneeling on a bin bag on the hottest day of the year, peeling stickers off the wall. It's absolutely bizarre.
On the Isle of Wight, obsessive cleaner Glen has set himself the task of restoring order to 3 of the 15 rooms in the former hotel.
Morning, David. Are you decent?
But 3 days into the 4-day clean, they're yet to finish the kitchen.
Yeah, yesterday when you opened the fridge, I was a bit embarrassed by your reaction.
Were you?
And a bit upset about the way you reacted.
Oh, I should think so.
At home, Glen spends 16 hours a week cleaning his 1-bedroom flat.
I'll do this.
OK.
I would like you to get cracking on anything you can see.
OK.
Please. Oh, yes.
It does seem as if I'm spending my life at a cleaning school.
Can you appreciate, though, that you need a bit of tuition, a bit of guidance by the state of this kitchen in this house?
I just couldn't be asked to do this before. I've got other things to do.
So now we're getting to the crux of it, really, aren't we? It's laziness. You've basically just said it.
I actually have a life.
Hey, what have I said to you many times? I have a life too. That does not wash with me.
Well, hours and hours does seem an awful long time to me for a person who lives in a 1-bedroom flat.
Glen won't cook in his own kitchen, but cleans it religiously. Unlike David, who, because of ill health, never cleans his.
This is quite irritating because this is stopping me from being able to crack on and clean.
Yeah, I'd rather be doing something else than this.
So what are you usually doing?
Early in the morning on a Saturday, I'd probably be in a hotel bar talking to some of my colleagues.
Which contacts are these? I'm just interested.
From the Life of Private Investigation.
Oh, OK, so you've got private investigation in your canon as well? I haven't known you very long, but so far I've heard you were a barrister.
No, I have a law degree to get into the civil service.
You have a law degree, you've worked in archaeology, you've worked in private investigation.
And the circus for a couple of years.
And the circus.
Yeah, astronomy next. Cambridge in November for astronomy and astrophysics.
Right. So how are you doing over there?
It'll all get done. Just relax.
No, I can't relax. I can't.
So is that what you're like in all of your life?
I'm super organised.
But think how many hours you could be spending doing something else.
I get plenty of time to do what I want. I mean, I'm more concerned here with the, nah, don't worry about it attitude, because this is what we end up with.
Oh, don't worry about it. Glen strikes me as someone who is very repressed and uptight and could really learn to relax a little bit more. He sort of stands robotically sometimes and he's sort of very contained. As a serious question, I've done the round and round.
Yeah.
Which is better, left to right or up and down?
In Bridgend, after 3 days, with only 2 of the 4 rooms tackled, Zara is struggling to impose her show home standards.
I woke up this morning and I thought I'm not the same person that came to Wales. I've got a broken fingernail, I haven't washed my hair for 2 days. It's only my makeup that's holding me together.
With 24 hours left, Zara's come up with a new strategy she hopes will motivate Jo into helping her more.
Today I'm going to write a bit of a list, and when we've done it, we'll cross it off and then we know, right, we're flying. Yeah?
OK, yeah, that's brilliant.
The washing and the ironing need to get out of this room.
But before Zara can divide up the to-do list, Jo needs to run her kids to school, 5 minutes drive away.
Sure.
Luckily for Zara, husband Clive has taken the day off to help with the clean.
Come on, Clive, no early morning sunbathing. Let's have a look. While Jo's away, make an executive decision of what you think can go, what you think can stay.
I'll have to see Jo about that, I can't just...
Oh, come on, Clive, be a man.
Just half an hour in and there's an unexpected change to Zara's schedule.
Oh, Joanna's car's just went broken down.
Jo's car's just broken down.
Yeah.
You could not make this up. Jo has been gone 20 minutes and he's now broken down. And I'm like, give me a break.
Could put them in Ryan's room. Oh, I'll ask Sarah. Where can I, do you know where I could put these?
Babe, it's your house.
Right.
I don't know where you can put them. It's your house. Make a decision, Clive.
Right.
It's your house. They're your shorts, sweetie.
Yeah.
Find somewhere for them. I don't live in your house.
Right.
2 hours in, I'm doing it all by myself, and I will get this. I'll do my goal. So if he wants to sleep in a room with his shorts on top of his head tonight, let him get on with it.
It's been hard, like, 'cause people tell you to do everything and don't know if I'm coming or going half the time.
Things like this, that can go. Plastic covered, do we need it?
No.
Right, I need you, like this today, because we will never get it done. Clive needs to put his hand down his pants, find his balls and make a decision. It's going to be a long day.
The average person comes into contact with millions of germs every day. For the vast majority of healthy people, this isn't an issue. But for some sufferers of OCD, it can be a challenge. Tonight, Hayley and her team of obsessive cleaners are pushing their boundaries by visiting a busy bar.
Do you like any of these?
Can't bloody see him.
I'm not the sort of person that holds my glass up and see if it's, you know, although if I got lipstick on my glass, that would totally freak me out.
I just think about the bar as well and it being sticky. I wouldn't like it if the bar was sticky.
I am anxious, but I've got a little bit of excitement as well, actually.
It'd be lovely if my mum could have like at least a little bit of a social life, because I mean next year I'm going to be leaving, I'm going to go travelling, and my mum's going to be like by herself. Thank you, thank you.
I really am looking forward to pushing my OCD. I can't remember the last time I ordered a drink. It feels so just really weird.
If I was going out on the weekend, I would usually have a drink or two before I went out, because it makes me like a little bit more confident and less nervous about what I'm going to come into contact with.
I've eyeballed everything, even your fingernails.
In a study of cleanliness, rims of wine glasses were found to be dirtier than the toilet door handle in the same establishment. But dishwashers will eradicate 99.9% of all bacteria.
Come on then, let's do the stem of the glass.
A reading of 500 or under is considered clean enough for food preparation.
We're leaving.
I don't mind.
Okay.
That doesn't bother me.
Despite her initial shock at a reading of 494,
Check there's no lipstick marks on it, you know.
Leslie's decided to overcome her 20 years of fear about drinking in a bar.
Oh my God. Oh, that is so nice.
It just does reiterate that, like, the OCD is just a fault, so I'm really pleased.
Normally, Germaphobe Tuesday would sanitise even her bar stool with an anti-bac wipe. But because of the low swab reading, she's starting to relax.
Do you want to try a bit of mine?
Yeah, go on then. I don't usually do straws, right? I don't drink out of
It's
straws.
a new straw.
Okay.
Tests have shown drinking from a straw is more hygienic than drinking from a glass.
Right, okay. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Do you know, she won't even drink from the same bottle as me.
She won't even hug her mother.
She won't even hug me.
I need you to know this.
Look at my powers.
Juicy, do you want to swab a straw?
Yeah.
Or
Swab the straw.
all the way around?
Oh, it's high, I'm off.
Oh!
What is it?
What do you think? What do you think?
Is it under 500?
It's 260.
This is twice as clean as the recommended 500 for good food hygiene.
That's fine. I can live with that.
I mean, next you may be hugging.
Yeah, actually will.
She doesn't even hug you. The last time I had a hug off that was when it was about 4. You don't even kiss me, hug me or anything. You, like, hugged someone.
Cheers.
Cheers. Boundaries.
Yeah.
Pushed.
On the Isle of Wight, after 3 days, David's kitchen is finally clear. With a day to go, Glen's concerned that David's poor health will prevent them from finishing the dining room and bar in time.
How are you doing, David?
I think I did something to exacerbate what I did the other day with my ribs.
So what happened? You lift something too heavy, you
Just
leaned
leaned
over
over
too
a
far?
bit too far, and I knew when I was going to be sick.
Minimalist Glen is keen to start on the old bar, home to many of David's most weird and wonderful curiosities.
This could be a really fantastic room for displaying your interesting keepsakes, right?
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's just buried under mountains of boxes and stuff and who knows what.
Can we move my Fiji mermaid, because I would not like her to get
Fiji mermaid,
damaged.
absolutely.
Can I stick her up
I
there?
adore the Fiji mermaid. We're going to display her properly at the end.
But David's emotional attachment isn't just to his curios.
That's an ancient Open University book.
Yeah.
That cannot possibly be relevant or useful to you now.
Might be.
I think these should all go in the skip. Nobody uses videos now.
I do. It's a flea circus.
So can that go in the skip?
No, this is part of the Magic Circle's properties.
Right, it looks a bit knackered, though.
Yeah, well, like life.
I mean, you know, he's making visits to the skip with one carrier bag and one box under his arm. We need more than that. We need armfuls of stuff. So what's that you found?
This is one of my parachutes.
One of your parachutes?
Yeah, this is...
Why am I even asking?
This dates
Of course
from
it
about
is.
1943, I think.
Right, that's as
Seatbelt
much as I
parachute.
care to know. It doesn't belong in here. What is this, for example? Can you fill me in what this is?
Yeah, when my father had his dental practice, this was one of the things that he had hung on the wall.
And what is it?
It's a beak of a swordfish.
Do you want to keep it? Because
Yeah.
it's all bits fallen off it. It looks a bit past its prime.
This is about £2,500 if you want to go and buy one.
You don't seem to look after your sentimental items like, say, the rest of us would do.
To Glen's frustration, David is reluctant to part with anything in the bar.
I've bitten off more than I can chew here, I freely admit it. That room has just defeated me. I mean, we've been at it for hours on end. We've barely even finished the one room, never mind the one at the back.
I think that by his very nature, he gives himself stress. Does he need stress to thrive on, maybe? I don't want to get into amateur psychology, but he does seem to like the stress and complain about it at the same time.
Those are actually quite nice, yeah.
So I don't understand how somebody can be so obsessed with cleaning and tidying. What has it made you quite like that?
Ever since I was a kid, I've always had even a neat and tidy bedroom at home. What I'm still struggling to understand, David, is where, you know, this behaviour comes from.
I think the collecting thing, like you, is inherited. All my family collected. We used to all live in big houses, so with big houses you need to fill the rooms with stuff.
Why do you need to fill them with stuff?
Otherwise it's just a very large empty room.
How are your ribs at the moment? Are you still in pain?
I didn't have a very good night last night.
Right. So I didn't have a very good last night either, you know. I came away from here very frustrated, very stressed and quite upset because I've come in and I've done so much and all I've had is just a couple of perfunctory gestures, you know, wiping a few surfaces or saying, yes, this can go in the skip. As you know, I wanted to do the back room too. It's not going to happen. I mean, you don't even seem like you care.
But I think I'm just a natural collector.
Because this isn't a collection. There's no order here. I don't know, I'm never going to understand it, and I've had it. I've given up trying to, so really I'm just going to crack on, get the boxes out. A rubbish bag, I need to get something out of this room.
I think poor Glen might have lost the plot a bit this morning. I think this week has been a bit too much for him. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to convert him to collecting thousands of little China kitty cats.
It's the last day of the clean and Joe and Clive are finally working together to help Zara, who's set to bring out her impeccable standards to 4 rooms.
I've brought a bit of show to the front room, at least so far.
However, after 35 hours of decluttering, Zara has only brought her show home status to 3 of the rooms.
I'm a bit disappointed that I haven't been able to do the whole house. I feel like I've failed myself because I haven't done what I set out to do, but...
You've done so much, because there was a lot of stuff here.
Right, come on then, boys.
With the kids home from school, it's time to show them what Zara and their parents have achieved.
Whoa.
Their younger son Dan's bedroom used to be filled to the ceiling with unused toys and clothes. It's now airy and organised, leaving a fun space to play in.
What do you think of your bed? Does that look cool?
Yeah.
Put all your monkeys on the bed, because I know you like them. And everything's got a place. Where's your dressing up stuff?
Yeah.
That's it. Good boy.
The living room was overrun with 7 years' worth of clutter, preventing them from spending quality time together. Now it's a room the Reddy family can relax in.
What do you think, boys?
Whoa, this is really good.
Oh, stunning, isn't it? Oh, look at that. It's better than I even expected it to be, so it's just, it don't look like our house.
It's really nice now. My friends will be able to sleep over and we can have a laugh and it'll be good.
Want it to go back to how it was?
No.
Definitely
Do you think
not.
it looks better now?
Yeah.
Quick, catch Sarah up because she's going and we want to give her presents.
Thank you for tidying my
Oh,
room.
you're welcome,
so-
Ryan. Oh, thank you.
I wanted her to be boss and I wanted her to make sure she kicked our butts. So, fantastic. Yeah, feeling good.
Thank you. I don't think I clean too much. I'm happy that my house looks like a show home. Hey, keep it tidy, no stickers, Dan. I'm not going to change. I love my life the way it is.
On the Isle of Wight, Glen has spent the last 4 days attempting to strip back David's 28-year historic hoard. In the 15-room ex-hotel, he wanted to reclaim David's kitchen and empty the bar and back dining room to display key pieces.
The back room of the bar, I'm not going to get there. It's absolutely impossible. Clearly, David doesn't care. So I'll try and finish off the main room, the dingy room with the actual bar in it.
To satisfy his desire to make order from David's chaos, Glen calls in a local chippy to build bookshelves in the bar.
I'm not going to be able to arrange the books the way I would like to have done. It's not going to resemble a library. It's going to look like a charity shop, but at least it'll be a relatively tidy charity shop.
David's reluctance to part with much of his hoard means Glen has shunted boxes into the back dining room. 2 tons of rubbish has been skipped, 6 large boxes and 6 bin bags have gone to charity, and David's been tasked with polishing selected items. Meanwhile, Glen brings his precision and symmetry to the newly cleaned kitchen. Glen finally buffs the bar, showcasing David's more interesting artefacts.
Not an exact science, but it keeps me happy when I see that bubble in the middle, which it is.
David's friend Mary has come to see what Glen has helped him achieve over the last few days.
I suppose you want to see what I've been up to?
I absolutely
Yeah,
would
come
love
through.
to see what you've been up to.
Before, David's kitchen surfaces were submerged under condiments and crockery, and his fridge was foul.
Wow, look at it.
Looks totally different, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I can't believe it's the same place. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. It's a totally different place.
And it's all thanks to Glen, so thank you, Glen.
Thanks, Glen.
Well, yeah, you're welcome. I mean, I'm really proud of what, you know, I've managed to do in here. And of
Lovely.
course, you'll remember the fridge.
The infamous
Sure.
fridge.
Block that.
Yeah, the smell is definitely not here anymore.
So it's going to stay
Okay.
as an ornamental piece, isn't
Yeah.
it? And of course, didn't want to leave David without a fridge at all, so we've got a brand new one. He's got his ornamental and he's got his functional.
If I needed to make a meal, I'd be happy to make a meal in here.
David's old hotel bar used to be buried under his historic hoard. Now Glen has cleaned and cleared space to make a feature of both David's mahogany bar and items from his collection.
So come on in.
Wow, it's got character. This is a room now. This is a comfortable room.
Well, there's a nautically themed cabinet behind you.
I can see. There's the mermaid. It looks really good. This is a real livable space, isn't it?
Yeah,
now?
it is now.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Glen.
Wonderful.
Well, speechless. Thank you, Glen.
My pleasure, I suppose. I've learnt about myself that I've got grit because it takes balls of steel, I think, to tackle something like that, so I'm really, really proud of myself. I feel like now, after that, after David's floor and David's fridge, I can do anything.
Have a nice trip home.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. I think the outcome of spending time with Glen has been that I will seriously consider emptying a few more of the rooms in the house.
Don't let him slack off now.
I certainly
Passing the responsibility over to you. This is your job.
I think if Glen and I spent a lot more time together, and by that I mean a lot more time together, in about 6 months, 12 months, he might have loosened up a little bit.
A quarter of adults in Britain are so obsessed with cleaning and tidying, they spend over 4 years of their waking lives on household chores, with many feeling compelled to abide by strict regimes and rituals.
The shower curtain has to hang equidistant on either end from the wall.
Inside the toaster, use the old toothbrush. You can get all the crumbs out.
I call these my buffing socks. I literally go around and buff the floors really hard.
But for most of us, keeping our homes clean and tidy is not a priority, with 42% of Brits never cleaning their house from top to bottom.
Oh my lord, it's a math.
And only a third of us washing our hands after we use the toilet.
Oh!
Literally, a part of me has just died inside.
It's just horrendous.
Can a group of obsessive cleaners transform the habits of a nation?
Can't even get the door open, can you?
You've got dog-free system. This is the stuff I'm having to deal with.
I think I'll knock with me feet.
Or will changing the lives of those with a very different attitude to cleanliness prove too much for the people whose need for perfection...
Oh, God.
It's making me itch.
How are you coping with this?
...has become an obsession.
I just feel so dirty. I feel vile.
They're all over the work surface and it's just something that I couldn't deal with.
There is actually poo.
It's absolutely disgusting. It's making me feel sick.
Can't bear it. Sorry.
You go outside for one.
I've got to get out.
I have to clean the door handles probably anything up to 200 times a day. If I hear the children moving around the house in other rooms, I will get up and go and wipe the handles of the rooms that they've been in.
39-year-old Louise from Royston, Hertfordshire, is a single mother of two who spends over 40 hours a week keeping her 3-bedroom bungalow immaculate.
I think it's about presenting perfection, that my home is perfect and ready at any time. You know, if we're going to have a fire, then we're going down good.
Diagnosed with OCD in 2011, Louise spends £200 a month just on cleaning products.
I live in a house with boys, and most women, their bugbear is the toilet seat being left up. I love it being up because that means my family don't have to touch this. They can just come in here, pee in the toilet straight in, and I can wipe it. But I don't want them touching that. My OCD started at the age of 21 when I joined the prison service. I went to work at Wormwood Scrubs, which is an old Victorian jail, and every day I had to work in an environment where there was rats and drug users and dirt and grime.
Louise's children know only too well how much of a priority cleaning is.
Archie, what are you doing? Well, why do we come? We don't come in with shoes on, do we? Right, so why are you doing that? Right, well, come on then, you know. Hi, George, how are you? See, George knows. He's not even mine. The OCD, you can't stop yourself. The urgent compulsion is so great. I couldn't expose myself to scenarios and behave in any other way.
Louise hopes by coming to the aid of someone in need of order will also help control her own compulsions.
Just taking a few essentials with me that I know I wouldn't be able to survive without. So these are my cloths, anti-back wipes, and a little bit of polish. So that's what will get me through the clean over the coming days.
Louise will be travelling 50 minutes across the Hertfordshire border to this new build home in Ely, Cambridgeshire, to someone with a completely different set of standards.
I'm feeling quite anxious. My stomach feels quite knotted. You're entering someone else's space that I'm not in control of. That's really, really daunting. Really, really daunting.
58-year-old vintage clothing trader Sarah lives by herself, but shares her home with 15 years' worth of clutter.
I would describe myself as a womble. I will see something in a skip and I will go and get it and I will think of a use for it. So this is my front door, behind these coats. I don't use my front door, I haven't used it for 15 years. Where would the coats go?
Sarah has filled her two-bedroom home with over 1,000 dresses, 50 coats and countless accessories.
Clothes, clothes, clothes. I started a business 2 years ago and I intended to get rid of much of the clutter that had accumulated. The irony is that, in fact, I've brought in more stock and that's now smothering me.
Sarah's 15 years' worth of clutter has taken over her home so much that she hasn't been able to sleep in her own bedroom for 2 years.
This is my living room, but it's now turned into my bedroom because both the bedrooms upstairs are completely full.
With Sarah's collection and her stock taking over the house, her hoard has now spread into 3 sheds and a gazebo.
Having stuff not just in the house, but now creeping out into the garden is where I realised that I had a problem.
With all the rooms now full to bursting point and feeling overwhelmed, Sarah knows she needs help.
There's obviously a lot of attachment to a lot of these things, which is making it difficult for me. It's a block for me. So I do need someone to come in and help me clear the clutter. OK, so this is the kitchen, which you can guess because there's a cooker. This is sort of redundant stuff that's either come back from the antique place or it's stuff that I think I will need at some point. So, I mean, I can't even get to the windows to clean them. OK, so this is the sitting room.
OK.
And it's the sitting room, but at the moment it doubles up as my bedroom. I'm sleeping on the sofa. I've always had a double bed, so I'm amazed that I'm sleeping comfortably on
It's almost like you've conditioned yourself to the small amount of space you've allowed yourself to have.
Which is a little bit worrying.
Yeah. I'm trying to imagine living a functional life in such a limited amount of space.
That's all you can do.
It reminds me of being in a prison cell. I'm really sorry, Sarah. I just need 5 seconds of air. I'm amazed how Sarah's conditioned herself to live in such a confined area, and I find it really oppressive. It's almost like there's no space to breathe. That's a warehouse, isn't it? That's what it is. It's a warehouse. It's not home.
Hello. You all right?
Yes, thank you.
You feel okay?
I do.
Okay, so we're going upstairs to the bedroom now. In fact, you won't be able to get in there.
Oh, God.
That was my bedroom, which is why I'm sleeping on the sofa. So...
God, me, see, again, I feel like it's shortness of breath. It's the lack of space.
Yeah. So then this is my daughter's ex-bedroom.
Okay.
And this is the room that I'd planned as a storage room.
Was this a bed under here, Sarah?
That's the bed on top, and that's clothing from there to there.
Oh God, it's like a warren in there, Sarah.
I'm kidding. And all of it is going to be a memory of a date or an event or something.
Now she's seen the scale of the task, OCD-diagnosed Louise wants to give Sarah an insight into her own cleaning routine.
I have to clean my house from top to bottom every morning. We get up about 5:30. Everything is wiped. The floors are wiped, the floors are hoovered, all the surfaces are wiped, the windows are cleaned, the beds are made. That will happen again in the afternoon once the boys have come in from school and then they're starting to play and I'm getting tea ready, then it starts again. And I don't feel I can start my day until I've done that, till everything's in order, everything's clean and as it should be.
When she described to me what she was doing every day, it felt like a prison sentence because I would feel that was a punishment if somebody said I had to do that every day.
As I was going through her house, I was looking at items and thinking, there's dirt, and as we pull that out, what am I going to encounter? I can't believe how long I've spent in Sarah's house today. I was itching to get out of there.
7 in 10 Brits are unable to find the time to take care of everyday chores, such as vacuuming and dusting. But there's a group of individuals so obsessed with cleaning, their need for tidiness and order affects every aspect of their lives. 32-year-old forecast analyst Adam from Essex lives his life in complete order.
I tend to not have any sort of electronic clutter, so if someone calls me or I have a missed call or I've called someone, I will delete that on my call register straight away. I've got to think about even numbers, so volumes on TV will always be on even numbers. Drives me mad when someone puts it on odd, actually.
Adam spends up to 20 hours a week cleaning his minimalistic one-bedroom flat, and his obsession with cleanliness doesn't go unnoticed by his friends.
Why just be so anal, Ed?
I don't think it is like. I just think it's being, tidiness and neatness. To me, it makes sense.
Adam's very particular in how he likes to keep his place. When we've been drinking before we've even been ready to go out, he gives us plastic cups to drink out of to save himself washing up, so he can just throw them away.
The way I view my home is it's like my kingdom. So when I get in my door, I shut away the world in some respects, and everything I know is in the right place. Everything's where I want it to be.
Adam spends 30 minutes a day ensuring his picture frames are straight and an exact distance apart.
This is something that I regularly do, is straighten up these photos. Actually drives me crazy. With these pictures as well, I have them a certain distance apart. I will make sure there's always 1.5 inches to 1.75 inches gap between each one. I do try to have as little around me as possible. Some people would say, oh, it doesn't make a place homely then, or, cosy or anything. But to me, I think the opposite, because I think if you have too much around you, it becomes a bit like a rubbish dump.
Adam's heading off to Rochester, Kent, to confront his fear of chaos as he tries to bring order to someone else's home.
I think if things are chaotic around you, then I think yourself as a person will be chaotic. So I think I can show them how, by being a bit more neat, tidy and clean, that they obviously feel better in themselves.
Adam will have just 4 days to help someone whose attitude to cleanliness is very different to his own. The 38-year-old single mother Lara lives with her 2 daughters, Tree and Isla. Their 3-bedroom house hasn't had a deep clean for 12 years.
When it comes to the grill and the oven bit, I tend to let it get quite, I don't know, I just don't clean it. There's more important things in life, like living and spending time with my kids, and yeah, it's not my top priority.
Lara also can't resist salvaging people's unwanted items.
bin day's brilliant for finding things. I walk around a lot locally and there's just things outside people's houses. This sofa initially came from the pub next door. They were throwing it out. This table here was in somebody's rubbish. And then behind the sofa, there's camping gear, there's bags. I find that because there's limited storage everywhere in the house, that the kitchen sort of spills out into the bathroom. I have got coffee. There was no space in the cupboards. A jar of pickled onions. My pickled onions have been there for quite a long time now, probably over a year. In fact, I didn't pickle onions last year. I did them the year before, so they're over a year.
Lara feels the clutter was a contributing factor to the breakdown of her marriage 2 years ago.
Although we argued, and that was the main reason he left, and he wanted to take that away from the children, he also said that the amount of clutter, it was always a bone of contention. It always got to him. I think I'm all about building a better me at the moment, and to make the house less cluttered would, I don't know, feel freer, feel nicer. Hello, come on in.
Hello, hi, I'm Adam.
Right, I'm Lara.
How you doing, Lara? Okay, wow. Got quite a bit of stuff, haven't you?
Yes. I'm trying to picture what your house is like at this moment.
Not like this.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. Crazy. I have to straighten that. I've got a thing about things being straight.
Yeah, I understand.
Like kind of like right angles. And
I've put them at just the wrong place, haven't I? So they don't quite sit properly.
So much to take in. Quilt, does it serve any kind of purpose there? Or?
It serves as a dumping ground for things that you want to hand every now and again. This end of the room is more of a sort of dining room end.
Usually have this much stuff in the dining room? And I've just noticed something on the floor as well. Is that like some sort of hamster or germ?
That is a hamster.
Near the food as well?
No, not near the food. Food's there. I don't have food on the floor. Do you have food on the floor?
To me, food, cupboard, pet, near...
Yeah, no, I don't think you're alone there. Right, this is the kitchen.
Okay. Kind of a bit worried to open the oven, but... Wow, okay. Oh my God. Okay. Just looks like everything was kind of stained the whole inside of your microwave.
I can feel your disgust.
It's just hard for me to kind of take in. Okay.
Right, this is the bathroom, and a lot of my kitchen things ended up spilling out into the bathroom.
Bit strange, okay. Do you find it difficult with you and the children living this way, or have you kind of got used to it?
This is my life. This is how it is.
Hoping to inspire Lara, Adam's keen to show her photos of his own minimalist home.
This is the kitchen to my flat. You can see like I've got a breadboard and some scales there, and they're all at right angles. This is inside of one of my food cupboards. If someone's moved something in this cupboard,
you would know.
I would know.
Tweaking things, cleaning things every single time, I would find that hard.
I can't understand how you can live with a kitchen like that.
If you were to make it that minimalist, I would lose the personality that it's got.
You can still force your personality upon this house and people can still come in and go, oh, yeah, this is Lara's house, but this is not like that. This is not Lara's house, this is more like this house owns you.
Adam's life sounds hard work. I'm happy to have routines and keep my house tidy and tidier than it currently is, but I could no way live the way he lives.
Wow. That was quite uncomfortable. There's a hell of a lot of clutter. Photos aren't straight, a lot of dust. It's just bedlam.
1 in 50 people in Britain is diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. For some, this can manifest itself in an obsessive fear of germs.
I take 2 sandwich bags, I put 1 on each hand, and then I'll clean.
Although we come into contact with millions of harmless bacteria every day, for germaphobes with a fear of contamination, all bacteria can be terrifying.
You're gonna die.
Mum of 3, Hayley from Sussex, was diagnosed with OCD in 2007. Her obsessional behaviour currently manifests itself with ritualistic cleaning to eradicate germs.
Throughout my life, I've had different forms of the OCD. Sometimes I might get intrusive thoughts. I fear that if I don't carry out these rituals, that my children will die. So for me, the important thing to confront my fears. The more I do that, it makes me have control over the illness as opposed to it having control over me.
Today, OCD-diagnosed Hayley, Leslie, Tuesday and germophobic Vinny are confronting their collective fear of germs by coming into close contact with others on a pampering day out.
I'm at a stage where my OCD is managed, but other people may not be, so it'd be nice to help them and for me to see them improve. I think it would be really beneficial. Shall I just lay?
Yeah, just lay with your head here, you'll be fine.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. You all right?
Yeah.
So it's going to feel a little bit warm. Just want you to keep your eyes closed for me.
Hayley and Vinny regularly visit beauty salons, but for recently OCD-diagnosed Tuesday and Leslie, their fear of coming into contact with people has prevented them from ever visiting a salon.
I've never been into a place like this.
Yeah.
You know, and I wouldn't.
Wouldn't you?
No.
Before I got on the bed, I was a bit like, my hands were a bit fidgety and I felt a bit like, oh, God.
Most salons in the UK follow strict hygiene protocols, specifying that they must wash hands and sanitise all equipment between clients.
I go through the same routine pretty much every single day. I do my ears, I do my eyebrows, go out for waxing. And when going out for eyebrow waxing, I've walked in some places where it screamed at me and I've walked out.
The biggest thing for me is the wax box.
I'm looking at it now and my OCD is going 100 miles an hour.
But because it's at a certain temperature, there will be no germs in it, because remember, germs can't live in certain temperatures.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, guys, do you feel like you need to swab?
Well, I feel okay because, like, Donna used a new stick, like, on my eyes, and she antibac her hands as well.
Tuesday, what about you?
I'm okay to not swab things.
I'm fine with it as well.
Well, that is what I call a major breakthrough.
Yeah.
The salon, however, was independently swabbed, with the table, wax pot and dryer overall scoring 167. Way below the 500 mark considered clean enough to eat your dinner off.
Bye.
Having waxed, the group move on to a nail bar.
By doing this and pushing myself to all these boundaries, I think it's going to help me to sort of gain control of the OCD more rather than it control me. This is the first time ever I've been to one of these places. I've never ever had my nails done before.
There are millions of germs living on our skin. Proper hand washing reduces bacteria levels by up to 99.9%. However, germaphobe Tuesday avoids touching most surfaces and still washes her hands up to 60 times a day.
I have OCD with germs, and I'm a major hand washer. I just don't do this ever. Nobody touches me. I do my best. Even standing too close to people, I always try to take a step back.
I'm still getting over the fact that woman's holding your hand, you know, and you're not reeling back and hyperventilating.
The sort of nervousness and the germ thing is obviously still there, but because it's just the thought of having nice nails and having a little treat.
All you got to do now is sit and wait for them to dry, and then you're done.
Okay then,
Okay.
lovely. Thank you very much. I absolutely
I'm
love
so
them.
proud of you.
Buoyed by the cleanliness of the salon, the group decide not to swab again. The nail clippers, file and table independently scored a hygienic 130 overall.
You were so brave today, taking that step.
And before I wouldn't. I think we've done really good though.
Very, very proud of you, and I think you've done very well today.
Next, Leslie attempts her first professional haircut for 30 years.
Do you want it off?
No.
You're okay.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe if we started here.
Right.
And then we worked our way right the way around the kitchen.
Right,
So at least we got you back ownership of this space.
In Cambridgeshire, OCD-diagnosed Louise is on her second day taking on an ambitious 4 rooms in Sarah's house, which haven't had a deep clean in 7 years.
How are you with dried flowers?
I just think they collect dust.
Oh dear, they do.
Could we keep the roses and get rid of the twiggy ones?
If you let me keep the ones that are here already.
Yeah, I like those ones around. Let's do it. We don't need any more.
Vintage stall owner Sarah has spent years rescuing objects. The clutter has not only taken over a house, but 3 sheds and a gazebo in the garden.
Do you know where the bases of these are? Because otherwise, let's bin them like these.
No, they're new. They've only just come into the house, those. Put them over here for now. That I bought for here and it doesn't work, so...
So it doesn't work. Can we bin it then if it doesn't work?
That can go to... No, it's brand new.
Oh, OK.
It doesn't work for me.
We've got a big skip there to fill, Sarah. We need to be a bit more ruthless. I think I'm going to have to get tough.
In her own home, Louise wipes her door handles up to 200 times a day and dedicates 40 hours a week keeping her home immaculate.
I'm going to make one point and I'm going to make it as politely as I can. Yeah. Sarah, OK? When I come into your home, remember I'm challenging all of my fears, but then I feel that you're not doing it back.
Yeah.
I'm challenging me, but you have to push yourself and say, no, Sarah, I am going to bin that.
I've got a whole bundle of stuff out there that's going to charity. There's a whole load of stuff in the skip. There's a whole load of stuff here that's just going to get swept up and put in the bin. So as far as I'm concerned, we've actually made huge progress.
Yeah.
I think there was a little bit of a crisis in there for Lou, and I think it was because, as far as she could see, everything she held up was useful. Well, yeah, I could have told her that before we started.
Sarah doesn't want me to touch the things in that room at all. She wants to tell me what's going to our room, and what's where. And what I feel for her is are we then going to be just moving the items around the house rather than addressing the task in hand, which is actually trying to condense what's in this house. I feel mentally drained today. I feel like I've been the whipping boy for Sarah.
In Rochester, obsessive cleaner Adam will be taking on 3 rooms in single mother Lara's house.
OK, so today I'm thinking that we should start having a look at the kitchen.
Right.
So I think we need to kind of define, you know, what is your kitchen and what's your dining room, because at the moment it's kind of a bit of a mixture.
Lara's kitchen hasn't had a deep clean for 12 years.
OK, this says March 2006. Out of date. Out of date.
That bothers me.
Why does it bother you? Explain.
Just because
That's not out of date.
Sugar doesn't go off.
They have an expiry date for a reason. I remember you've got some strange stuff in your bathroom. Can we maybe have a look at trying to get some of that back in the kitchen?
Okay.
Sorry, what's the pickled onions? Okay.
They're not fresh anymore.
In his own home, Adam calls out-of-date food from his cupboards weekly.
Oh, my Lord.
Soy sauce is a strong smell. I don't know where to put it.
I'm going to have to get some air because that smell is just making me feel a bit sick, to be honest. So I'm just going to leave you to clear that up, if that's all right.
Thank you.
I can breathe. There's a real smell of damp and dust and mould, and I just needed to come out here for a bit to get a bit of fresh air because it's not nice.
Adam is really struggling with this. He's really struggling with the fact that I keep everything past its sell-by date. I personally don't have the same problem.
After 20 minutes outside, Adam is determined to brave the house again.
Whoa. So, it still really kind of smells in here, doesn't it?
He turns his attention to the fridge and oven, which haven't had a thorough clean in over a decade.
Prepare yourself.
Okay. Oh my Lord. To the mouth.
That's gross. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow. I find that a bit uneasy, to be honest, and a bit, I don't know. Today, the only way I can describe it in word has been hell. We found some dead mice underneath the fridge, and I just couldn't understand how people can have dead mice in their kitchen and not know about it. It was just a nightmare.
I do live in a terraced house. They are riddled with mice. It is a nightmare trying to keep them out. There are lots and lots of tiny holes. It's not good though, is it?
With just 2 days left of the clean in Cambridgeshire, the skip is only a quarter full.
God, blimey, I couldn't do this every day to find something.
Keen to make Sarah's home as clutter-free as possible, OCD-diagnosed Louise is helping sort the back room where no one has been able to sleep for nearly 10 years.
That's staying, that one.
This one's staying.
Sarah's struggling to part with a hoard which is so vast, it's even taken over her own bedroom. Louise's plan is to make the back room a stock room, so Sarah can finally get to her bed after being on the couch for 2 years.
This is a relationship I had with someone.
God, really?
I kept loads and loads of things in a drawer,
Yeah.
you know, all our dates, everything we went on.
Come on, shall we have a hug? Come on. It's all right to cry, Sarah. It really is all right to cry. And you are going to feel this emotions. You're never going to address this without not crying. You're never going to come in and just be... That is not going to happen.
In her own home, Louise spends 6 hours a day keeping her house perfectly ordered and regularly gets rid of any unwanted items.
Are you keeping these cushions?
That one can go on the bed.
You've got about 5 cushions downstairs. Got 1 sofa. We can free up some more of that space by getting some of that up here. You all right?
Yes.
Did you drop it?
Yes.
Did it break?
Down. It's not a panic.
I'm just trying to sort of get in my head now where we go.
Yeah.
With our plan, because I feel like now I'm penned back into the corner.
You're feeling claustrophobic.
I am feeling really.
Well.
I feel like I'm going to burst into tears.
I think you go outside for a while.
I can't bear it. Sorry.
You go outside for a while.
I've got to get out.
The next bit.
Oh, there's no space anywhere. That took every inch of me to be in there today. Every inch of me to be in there today. Can't you see that that is not the way to live? But then, is it my way that's not the way to live? I don't know. Where's the balance? Where's the balance? Sorry, Sarah, it's the space. It's the loss of space for me.
When you think that there's a fraction of what was in the room when we started now, so it's all progress, you know.
But that's you. But do you know what I feel like? I feel like you don't hear my voice.
I do hear your voice.
You don't hear my voice.
I do. I hear you doing this
You're
a lot.
not hearing it.
I do hear you.
You don't, Sarah.
This process
I've had 3 days in here listening to you.
And this process is about you being on a journey and wanting not to be the way you are.
You're on a journey as well.
Yes, and
It's
I
not
have
just
given
me.
masses today.
Do you think
go
I've
and look
not
at that
given nothing?
skip
Do
and
you
see
think
what
I've
I've
not
done.
given nothing?
That's not the point. We have met in the middle and we should appreciate that. But what you keep doing is making me
Do you know
come
what?
round.
I don't need somebody to keep telling me.
I haven't kept telling you
blame.
anything. This is the first time I've spoken. It's the first time because I'm fed
Go on,
up.
then we'll
The
throw
clock-
it. Throw
the
it.
clock-
Throw
it's
it.
go-
Throw
I'm
it.
going
Throw
to.
it. Come
I'm
on,
going
throw it.
to.
Throw it all.
The clock is ticking. We've got a grown-up job to do. Let's get on and do it. That's
A grown-up
what I've got
job?
to say. Yeah, we have.
Well, do you know what? Chuck some stuff out your house then.
Yeah, I have.
For Christ's
I have.
sake.
Go and look in that skip.
Now I have had enough. How rude. How rude.
The point of this process is not to tell Sarah that she's a dreadful hoarder and everything's got to go in the skip. It's not about making my house look like hers. She's in my house.
The average person comes into contact with millions of germs every day. For the vast majority of healthy people, this isn't an issue. But for some sufferers of OCD, this can be a challenge.
For someone with OCD, it's very much like you're not okay, something bad's going to happen to you, you've got germs all over you now, you're going to get sick.
Today, Hayley and the group are accompanying OCD-diagnosed Leslie, who is undertaking a major challenge, visiting a hair salon for the first time in 30 years. Due to her fear of contamination, Leslie always keeps her hair short and shaves her face daily to ensure it's bacteria-free.
Everything about my life is OCD. I'm tormented all the time. And that's why I want to do this, so as I can have a bit more life. I mean, I've been stuck in the house for nearly 20, 25 years. I've got to put that on.
Yeah, please. Because I don't want it to go on your clothes.
Nobody else has wore it?
No.
OK. How do you talk?
Do you want to take it off? Do you not want it on? Do you want it off?
No, no, no.
You're okay?
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Just give me a minute.
You're doing quite well.
Come on, let me walk you over.
OK. OK. Can we just, like, crack on? I want to do it because I haven't done it for so long. Ignore the tears. Let's do it. I'm not going to die.
All right.
Yeah, go.
You okay?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Trying to control the OCD monster and do it, you know.
I'm so proud of Leslie. I think she's doing amazing.
I'm still shaking, but, like, controllably shaking.
Yeah. You might not feel it now, but the more you keep pushing your boundaries, you will get to a point where the OCD doesn't rule your life anymore.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a look?
Yeah, go on then. It's better shape now, isn't it? It's round.
But it's lovely. Are you proud of yourself? You are. I can see it in your face.
I've done it now.
I'm so proud.
As well as braving her first haircut in 30 years, Leslie decided she didn't want to swab the hair salon, but independently tested, the scissors, comb and chair scored a sanitary 92.
I've done it, and I am thinking about the next time, whereas, you know, I haven't thought about it for 30 years, and now I've done it to feel a bit silly because of all the fuss I actually caused. But I'm glad I've done it, you know.
In Rochester, it's the third day of the clean. With the kitchen sorted, single mother Lara is parting with some of her salvaged items to create some space in her living room.
How would you feel about losing one of these cabinets or possibly both these cabinets?
I really love these.
I'm kind of being quite strong on that. I think you could have a better, more cleverer way of storing something.
Let's do it, and I don't want to dwell on it because it's making me sad.
What are we going to do about the cushions, Lara?
They definitely need cleaning, I'm with that, and this sofa seems smaller, so perhaps there isn't as much room. I'm finding it hard.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because everything is changing. Hardly anything is mine.
We're taking a long time to make decisions over what I consider to be very little things.
Yeah, I'll go with it.
Okay. And you're going to put them in the wash, wicked. So the others we can get rid of, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm finding choices being made for me hard. I'm finding letting go hard. I'm hoping that when the dust settles, I will come to terms with it and be a much happier person for having all the space that I've gained.
More stuff for the skip.
Lara's living room hasn't been decluttered since the breakdown of her marriage 2 years ago.
I feel like I'm being ungrateful. I feel like I'm coming across as a spoilt brat, and I don't mean to be. I'm just overwhelmed, I think, is how it's worked.
It's hard for me to understand someone who kind of gets so attached to a piece of furniture.
The chest of drawers, I can picture it living in our old flat and us sharing music. We were pulling out the drawers and just really happy family times. Me and my husband, before we had the kids, and that's gone now, and now it's literally gone out the door. It's gone.
I'm not asking you to erase their memories.
Well, the memories won't go, will they? But the reminders will go, because that piece of furniture won't remind me of those emotions again.
In Rochester, it's the final day of Lara's first deep clean in 12 years. They filled a skip and said goodbye to the bacteria-ridden sofa. Adam wants to leave Lara with some of his own finishing touches.
Put this one up here, and then you can pass me the other one up.
Right.
Okay, do they look level to you?
Yeah.
See, I have a thing in my flat where all the pictures I have up have to be level, because to me, it just looks aesthetically right. If they're all at different heights, it makes no sense to me. Should we make a start on the bookshelf as well then?
Okay.
I just don't like the whole fact that it's not flush. I hate this book. What's this book all about? It needs to be cut, honestly.
You're making me smile, Adam.
Why?
Because it's obsessive.
Do you think?
I do. I can see that it will look very aesthetically pleasing once it's finished, but I think it's obsessive.
Perfect.
Oh.
With the living room in order, Adam and Lara give the house a final once-over, ready to show Lara's daughters, Tree and Isla, the finished result. 4 days ago, Lara's living room lacked space and order.
Hello, you. What do you think?
There's a new sofa. That's so much bigger.
Do you like the idea of it being bigger and new?
Yeah, it's nice.
So what's behind the sofa?
Nothing. You haven't got anything behind the sofa.
You can tell your mummy off if she lets it get dirty again, can't you?
Lara's dining room was claustrophobic and lacked proper storage. Now it's a place they can eat comfortably in as a family.
Ah.
It's all like neat and tidy.
They're stored away and they're not in a massive box. They must have taken you a long time to organise. Was it hard for you doing all this?
We let go of a lot of things, and that for me was really hard. I think the furniture was the biggest thing.
A lot of things are gone. Oh.
The kitchen hadn't had a deep clean in 12 years. Taken over by ground-in dirt and out-of-date food. With Adam's help, the whole room has become spotless and hygienic.
You've got the surface is clear. New microwave.
Right, should we have a look in the oven? Do you remember what it looked like in here?
It's cleaner. A lot of hard work was put into that.
A hell of a lot of hard work.
I'm really proud of my house now.
It's been well worth it. It's been a harrowing experience at times, but it's paid off.
I'd like to think Lara will take away a lot of stuff which I've kind of told her over the last few days. For me personally, I'm not too sure I'll take too much away from it, only the fact that I'm going to keep my place even more clean and tidy. I never want to see the sort of dirt and grime that I saw at Lara's.
It's the last day of the clean in Cambridgeshire, and after yesterday's disagreement, Louise has decided to return to Sarah's.
You know, I've been pushing my OCD every day. I've stood in someone else's dirt. I've stood in a claustrophobic space. I've choked on dust. And basically, I'm going to push myself today to go back in there and see if I can challenge it one more time. Morning, Sarah.
Hello,
Right.
Lou. So I'm really, really glad that you're back.
Thank you. I'm glad that you've let me come back in.
Yeah,
at
oh,
home.
definitely.
I
Yeah.
want to finish the process with
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I think what
I'm
we
delighted
started.
about that, yeah.
I think I would be cheating myself, and I wouldn't want to let you down if I hadn't come back and finished what we set out to achieve. And I thought about you all night.
Me too.
And I'd like to end. I'd like to end your friend as well.
So shall we hug now?
Come on.
With the air cleared, the ladies go into overdrive. They've got just 4 hours to put the final touches to the house, ready to show Sarah's friend Janet the finished result.
I see Sarah every day because I'm her post lady, but the last time I actually went into the house for a coffee was 2 years ago at Christmas, I believe, and I've not been in since.
The house was filled with Sarah's 15 years of clutter and hadn't had a deep clean for 7 years. It's taken Louise and Sarah 4 days, but finally her home is up to par.
so different. I mean, this is crazy different. This is unrecognisable as the same house. The main thing that's changed in here is the volume of stuff that was in here. And you can see all the surfaces. You couldn't see a surface in here before, Sarah.
And you're not to bring any more post. Not the parcel kind.
The floor-to-ceiling clutter in the living room where Sarah had been sleeping for the last 2 years has been removed. It's now an inviting and warm space, perfect for entertaining.
So this is the living room where you were here having a drink.
Oh, Sarah!
2 years ago.
It looks wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
You know, obviously over the last 2 years it changed and stock was just getting dumped in here. And
Recently it's just been all full of clothes and rails.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no, I just, it's beautiful now.
It's
Sarah.
lovely. I'm really looking forward to this Christmas.
I've missed our little get-togethers. I really have.
Well, we can have them again now.
nice.
And we can do them. Yeah, we can do them regularly.
Sarah's vintage clothes stock had taken over her bedroom, making it uninhabitable. Now it's a place she can finally sleep and relax in.
Sarah! Now you can see your bed. This is excellent, absolutely excellent.
Yeah.
That's a lovely cover on your lovely bed.
This is the loveliest bedroom I've ever had.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this, you know, to get this back is just...
And not to have had this for so
long. I mean, I
long.
haven't been able to even look over there. The curtains have been closed, couldn't get to the curtains.
No, it's lovely. It's lovely to have it back again.
Let me show you the last room and see what we've achieved.
This I really need to see, Sarah.
And finally, Sarah's back bedroom was previously chaotic, filled to the brim with unused items and boxes. Now it's a place to store vintage clothes stock, leaving the rest of the house clutter-free.
So Janet, this is Sarah's workspace that we've created. I mean, obviously there's still quite a high volume of stock in here, but we've had a good sort through. We've got it all up here, all packed, and this is an ongoing project for Sarah now.
Yeah. Oh, that's excellent. You've certainly been busy.
Going to leave you with this project.
Yes.
See you later.
Yeah, you take care.
Best of luck.
Thanks
Nice
for all
to
your
meet
help.
you.
Nice to meet you, Lynn. Thank
Okay.
you for helping my friend.
Oh, you're welcome.
Take care, Lou.
See you later.
Bye.
Being around that amount of stuff for that length of time was a real challenge, but I got through it and I'm at the end and I'm just so proud of myself.
I feel as if I've been rescued from a downward spiral that I was on. And if we hadn't addressed this now and given me the chance to start again, it's given me a resolve not to ever let it get anything like the way it was before.
I've challenged my OCD, I've subjected myself to an extreme environment, and when I go back home, I'm going to continue with that positive process and just keep challenging the OCD and stop cleaning and spend more time with my kids.
A quarter of adults in Britain are so obsessed with cleaning and tidying that they spend 2.5 hours or more every weekday on household chores, with many feeling compelled to abide by strict regimes and rituals.
I don't have any hand towel. I can't bear the thought of someone else wiping their hands.
Touching things that haven't moved, I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm not bothering anybody.
If there was a natural disaster, I think I'd still have time to like fluff a cushion.
But for most of us, keeping our homes clean and tidy is not a priority, with 1 in 5 of us refusing to accept guests because our homes are so messy.
I haven't had anyone stay in here for, I think, a couple of years probably.
And 60% even shutting doors so visitors can't see the clutter.
When I said the bedroom is a cupboard, I meant it.
Can a group of obsessive cleaners transform the habits of a nation?
They're the dead mouse.
Moths have already taken to it.
It just makes me feel a bit...
I think I'll knock with me feet.
Or will changing the lives of those with a very different attitude to cleanliness prove too much for the people whose need for perfection?
Do you mind if I just step out? Just the sheer smell.
Has become an obsession.
Clive needs to put his hand down his pants, find his balls and make a decision.
Full-time mum of 6, Alison from Moreton, Lincolnshire, spends over 30 hours a week keeping her 5-bedroom family home immaculate.
From 9 till 3, I clean. I clean the whole of my house. Everything has to be perfect. I probably clean this window every day. We had to sack the window cleaner. All you get was a big smear, so I'd go and clean them after the window cleaner had been, so we sacked him. The plug socket, because I've buffed it that many times, I've took the top layer of enamel off it. This is the ensuite bathroom. Don't use the bath, refer to it as our big ornament.
45-year-old Alison, who spends over £500 a year on cleaning products, was diagnosed with OCD 7 years ago.
I do get really depressed and I do get really down, and I think that's triggered it. And when you clean, you're actually in control.
Her OCD manifests itself with an obsession for order and fear of germs on surfaces.
Floors drive me crazy. We have a steam cleaner which says on the packet 99% of germs. I saw that and I went, fab.
But striving for a germ-free environment affects the rest of the family.
My cleaning routines make me late. I'm late for everything.
There's fashionably late and there's an embarrassing late. And some people are fashionably late, but we're embarrassing late.
When she's away on holiday, all she's interested in is how clean the house is. She makes me send photos of it to her.
I don't like cleaning. I don't want to be a cleaner. It's the fear of not cleaning. OCD is the fear of not cleaning.
Alison hopes that spending 4 days away from home will help confront her anxieties.
I'm hoping it will help me by helping them. And I'm intrigued to see why they're living in that extreme as well. So hopefully we could work together.
She's travelled nearly 100 miles to Hertfordshire to someone's house whose attitudes to cleanliness are very different to her own.
Come on. Go. This horse could never tell you a lie. I'd rather have this horse than any wife. All the mares I've known have always told little porkies, but this one, she's always there, ready to ride any time you want her.
Bachelor Dusty Rhodes spends 6 hours a day down on the farm looking after his 4 horses.
They say the horses got to come first. I'll see the house gets neglected, and there you go. That's life.
Back at his terraced home in Waltham Cross, which hasn't been deep cleaned in 19 years, his Wild West collection has taken over.
Yeah, my living room's a bit of a mess, where I can't find the whole floor. Can't get over there to dust it. Hope my mother not sees this. She'll kill me, I think. My friends have told me that I should do something about it. I need more help and hopefully turn my life around a little bit.
Over the last 15 years, no woman, other than his mother, has spent much time here.
I don't think I could stand a woman like my mother, who's house proud. I couldn't be around one.
Oh my God, look at the windows. Oh my God, it looks terrible. Oh my God, I can do this, I can do this. Okay. Right, I can do this.
Welcome.
Hello.
My name's Dusty.
Hello, my name's Alison.
Hello, Alison.
Thank you.
Come in,
Thank
please
you.
come in. Come in here. This is my living room.
Okay. For me, this is quite suffocating. I'm quite shocked, actually. The rest of the house, is it like this?
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we going now, Dusty?
Yeah, this is the kitchen.
Horse feed in your kitchen?
Yeah.
Haven't got a shed?
Well, with rats, that would be a major problem.
So, what room are we in now,
This is
then?
where we want to turn into a more music room.
Oh, you want this as a music room?
Yeah. I like the way I live, but certain things got to change.
Okay. Well, we need to go and make a plan then, Dusty. Come on.
Yep.
Alison is keen to give him a taste of the standards she enforces at home.
My cleaning regime is quite intense. So I start upstairs, I'd hoover all the bedrooms, I polish all the work surfaces, but then I would, like in the bedrooms, all the curtains have to be symmetrical. I would clean the toilet, clean the bath, clean all the floors. Then I'd do the living room, I hoover the sofa, I hoover the floor.
Al's approach to house cleaning is very extreme.
I think the way to treat Dusty is like a child. We're going to have a set rules. So I've brought some photos to show you of my house. So that's our dining room. And that's my kitchen.
There's no personal things here. That's like a showroom.
Of course it's not a showroom. We live there. It's clean. It's about cleaning.
It's selling furniture. It's like being in a... Sorry.
Go on.
It's like being in a prison cell.
Yeah,
and this is like modern day living.
Yeah.
I want to die tomorrow.
Don't think he's living in the real world. I think we're two extremes to meet in the middle. We need a plan, don't we?
Yeah.
I think the first thing we need to do is find out what we're going to keep, what we're going to throw. Yeah. We'll start from scratch. I'll show you how I do it, and then you will do it. And if it's not up to my standard, you'll do it again.
1 in 10 of us clean our bathrooms just once a month. But for some, dirt and disorder in any part of the house is intolerable.
The grass grows over the edge and it makes it messy. So I just neaten it up around the edges.
36-year-old housewife Helen spends 5 hours a day keeping her 4,000 square foot, 4-bedroom mansion in East Sussex pristine.
We have certain sort of expectations, I suppose. We always say don't judge a book by its cover, but I think if we're all quite honest, we actually do. It's that feeling that you want to fit in, you want to be liked, so I think to a certain extent you try to conform with what's around you. I probably wash the surfaces down probably about 10, 15 times a day. In my head, I get quite out of control, and physically, I suppose, I get quite agitated and quite twitchy, and I can't really sit still.
She often spends 15 hours a week finessing her 2-acre garden, and her family's only too aware where housework comes on Helen's priority list.
Sometimes it can get a little frustrating. In particular, around mealtime, sometimes, if we're trying to eat together, Helen will often want to clear up before we actually eat the food. So, often Helen will join a meal halfway through.
Helen's obsessive organising also spreads to her designer wardrobe. Each of the 600 items are catalogued in a phone app so she can choose her daily outfits in advance.
It might be quite fun, actually, if I was going for lunch with the girls to wear the blue skirt, then on top of that, the chunky little blue knit. If I turn up to school in my tracksuit bottoms, I did have a friend once say to me, "Oh my God, are you ill?" Take a photo. For me, helping a hoarder would give me a real sense of achievement, and going into a room that was complete and utter chaos and then actually transforming it, I would get a great sense of satisfaction from seeing them feel better for it.
Helen's taking 4 days out of her stringent routine to help someone whose approach to life is very different from her own.
I'm imagining complete and utter chaos, pandemonia, mess. I'm hoping for a person looking at me with eyes of "please come and help me," rather than a face of "please go away."
"50-year-old Janet from Luton's 20-year passion for haberdashery has taken over her whole house.
I very often start projects and not finish them because I lose interest. I enjoy knitting, sewing, patchwork, cross-stitch. I have no idea how many knitting patterns I own, but I think I've been in some knitting shops that have got less.
She owns 1,000 knitting patterns and has accumulated over 500 balls of wool.
This is a little shrug that I've knitted recently. I've just got to finish it off. I have actually finished this sock, but I haven't got around to knitting the other one. Sometimes it feels like I'm knitting a cocoon of wool to protect me from all the mess.
Janet's also a keen collector of clothes. The bedroom floor and double wardrobes are home to 800 pieces.
It seems easier to put them on the floor than actually struggle to fit them in the wardrobe. I'd like my house to be a home where people can come in and feel comfortable, not have to step over things to get to places.
Helen has just 4 days to declutter and organise Janet's 20 years' worth of crafts projects.
Good morning.
Hello, I'm Helen.
I'm Janet.
Hello, Janet. Pleased to meet you.
And you. Yeah, come in.
Come on then, show me upstairs.
Right.
Am I going to need to prepare myself for this?
You are, probably. Right, this is my bedroom and some of my clothes. It's very pink and girly, as you can see.
How on earth? How do you get? Oh my
I climb
God,
over.
Janet!
I climb over a lot.
I actually, you're speechless. My mouth is on the floor. I am genuinely gobsmacked. Even just having that one dress on the floor would send me into a frenzy, let alone like this.
Oh, this is my craft room.
There is just so much stuff in here. I would definitely have all the wool in colour shading.
Right, I don't know whether that would be a bit too extreme for me.
So is this the sitting room?
Yes.
You have a lot of stuff.
Yes. This was one of my first cross stitches
Was
I
it?
completed.
Okay. Only dull women have immaculate homes. And it's dusty, look at it.
Yes.
It's really, it's dirty and it needs a good clean. It's slightly ironic because there is an air freshener next to me and I can see a duster, but yeah, I don't think they get used. I do a lot of housework. I get up about 6:15 in the morning, and before we come downstairs, all the beds are made, and I will, while the kids are having their breakfast, I will be sweeping and hoovering.
So do you sit down and have breakfast with the children, or would you rather clean?
I am bad, and I tend to be running around doing jobs and barking orders.
I think maybe Helen has got a void in her life that she fills with cleaning.
I have got a hell of a lot of work to do. I am excited to get stuck in, slightly worried about what's underneath all the piles. We need to get rid of some of the stuff.
In Hertfordshire, OCD-diagnosed Alison is taking on 3 rooms in confirmed bachelor Dusty's terraced house. The kitchen, living dining room and spare bedroom.
Really excited. Yesterday was all about nerves and controlling nerves and finding out about Dusty in the house. But now I've got 3 days to get his house done and I will do it.
I think this house is going to be a more complicated house than she thinks. I can't imagine what she's got in mind for me.
With only 3 days left, they need to pull together to clean and clear the Wild West hoard.
Just going to have to be quite ruthless, but without being cruel, because I don't want him to think that I'm throwing his life away.
I don't know where this come from. It's not mine.
Oh, wait, is it going to the skip?
Well, I don't know who it is.
Well, it doesn't matter,
Leave
does
it
it then?
with me.
They've not come back for
Might be some of
it.
the
They've
crew.
not come back for it for in 10 years. They're not coming now.
No, it might be, I don't know.
Doesn't matter, come on. Let's be a bit ruthless, Dusty. Come on, let's live life.
Whoa, whoa.
I'm joking, come on. We need to move stuff to get it out, Dusty.
Agreed.
Okay.
But it takes longer than that, than what you're doing.
You're keeping the stuff like a museum.
I think I'll crunch what you're living in a museum.
I don't live in a bloody museum. I live in a
It's
house
all
that is
displayed.
clean.
It's all
displayed
displayed,
because
what
it's
you've
fresh.
got.
No, it isn't displayed.
Cowboy Dusty also worked as a Western DJ, though his last gig was 5 years ago.
Oh my God, we've got half a car in the dining room. Obviously, it's a series of a car.
Frontage on the bricks.
Okay. Oh, so you had a disco behind it or something?
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
You've got a box here.
Ah!
Careful,
Wait,
box.
there's my hand. Well done. A new life, Dusty, a new life.
Alison, who cleans her windows daily, has spotted Dusty's windows have recently been egged.
Right, put the ladder in the middle, because we're going to do the middle one first. When was this egg thrown on the window?
They've done it several times, and I've cleaned it. It's done it again. I just give up in the end.
You give up?
It's bullying by young children.
So people think you're different?
That's it, yeah.
Do you think you're different?
No. You get bullied by outside world. So
Yeah.
Literally, you just go inside your shell.
So you can't become like more of a recluse?
Yeah. How do you feel cleaning somebody else's house as well as your own?
Cleaning your house is different to cleaning my house because I have a fear of not cleaning my house. Cleaning your house is a challenge to get you to think about how you live. Don't you get like a sense of achievement?
Oh yeah, we'll do once it's.
Can
once
you
it's
like
done.
see
yeah,
now, like
yeah.
just doing
I'll get
this?
stuck in. Yeah.
That's what cleaning does. It makes you feel. You start off with
Not
something
all
really
the time,
dirty.
though, the way you're doing it every day.
Yeah, because I'm
That's it.
obsessive, aren't
Yeah,
I?
yes, right.
And I don't want to be, do I?
Yes, right. Yeah.
Even though Dusty hasn't thoroughly cleaned his windows for 2 years, he wants to be sure they're perfect.
You're smearing now. It's got to be done again.
Oh.
To my standard.
So it's not to your standard.
Not to paint that work up there. I want to paint all this again.
Okay, so you're telling me
It's-
that I've been here for 1 day and your standards have just shot through the roof in 24 hours?
all the-
Yesterday I came
Don't
and you're
do it.
living in that much space.
Alison,
I'm going to take a breath.
Calm
Sorry.
down. If I was married to Alison, I wouldn't be able to relax for a minute, be all uptight.
He hasn't cleaned his windows for years and years, and then I just tried to tell him how to do it, but obviously he knows better. He does better. I'm not doing it as good. So often Dusty's right. This is Dusty's world. Welcome to Dusty's world. It just made me really angry.
One in 50 people in Britain is diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. For some, this can manifest itself in ritualistic behaviour and fear of germs.
I have to clean the door handles anything up to 200 times a day.
Although we all come into contact with millions of harmless bacteria every day, for germaphobes with a fear of contamination, all bacteria are terrifying. Mum of 3, Hayley, was diagnosed with OCD in 2007, and her compulsions currently manifest themselves in ritualistic cleaning.
Throughout my life, I've had different forms of the OCD. So sometimes I might get intrusive thoughts. I fear that if I don't carry out these rituals, that my children will die. So for me, the important thing to confront my fears.
It smells like fishy wee.
The more I do that, it makes me have control over the illness as opposed to it having control over me.
Today, Hayley and her fellow obsessive cleaners have decided to test their own homes to see just how clean they are. OCD-diagnosed mother and daughter, Leslie and Tuesday, spend over 80 hours a week keeping their homes spotless and very rarely allow anyone in.
Got a hoover with an inch of my life.
Joining them is obsessive cleaner Lara, who works full-time and still manages to clean 28 hours a week to reach show home standards.
A show towel is like a display towel. It's a towel in your bathroom, but it's not to be used.
First stop is Hayley's 3-bedroom terraced house. She spends 5 hours a day keeping it germ-free.
I am slightly nervous about people swabbing my things, just because I don't want them to walk in and be like, well, this is disgusting. Hello. Come in. Zara?
Yes?
Could I just get that leaf off your boot? These pesky little things.
Smelling nice?
It does. It smells lovely. It smells really fruity and fresh.
Yeah, very
It's
fruity.
lovely here. I do use a lot of bleach, and then I also steam my sofa.
Hayley steam cleans her sofa 3 times a day.
I feel like with the steam, it's getting rid of any germs.
Does that not ruin the sofa?
It might, but I don't care.
I've never seen someone steam clean a sofa before, ever. It's just taking it to a whole new level.
I've got a steamer. It's like 10 times more powerful than that.
Stop slagging off my steam cleaner. It's really good.
Give it a swab. Find out. Okay,
You
let's
swab
do it.
it.
Let's do it. Right.
To test the sofa, they're using a bacterial measuring device and looking for a hygienic level of 500 or under. Some bacteria can thrive for up to 4 weeks on household items like sofas, but a healthy person will rarely get ill from the germs on their furniture.
Really nothing to worry about. 290.
I'm really pleased with that.
I would be quite comfortable to sit on her sofa and not feel any anxiousness at all, would you?
No.
Next, the kitchen, the source of some of Hayley's biggest anxieties.
So yeah, this is my kitchen. I mainly use bleach in here again. The kitchen is particularly important for me because that's obviously where I make the children's food, and so I like to know that everything's been bleached. That is boiling hot water now going on that.
Okay, so are you ready for a swab? Yeah.
Shut up! Oh
my God! That's amazing.
I was so happy. It was like winning the lottery, bless her.
But despite her surgically clean reading, OCD-diagnosed Hayley is still not convinced her house is sanitary.
Yes, I have had some low readings, but at the same time, my head, it isn't clean enough.
I think you've been really brave to let us in and do this, but I'm still not brave enough to do the swabbing in my house yet. I've only just been diagnosed. I'm still taking little steps. I hope to get there where you are.
Oh, I love you.
I know. I'm so proud of you. I wished I could do it. Yeah.
Next, the group are off to test obsessive cleaner Zara's home.
You've got a cat. Cats bury their own poo.
In Luton, it's the first day of the clean, and Helen is determined to tackle 3 rooms in Janet's house.
Well, I'm thinking that we should start in here. I think we can get quite a lot done in here, which hopefully you will like, and that will mean we feel braver to tackle upstairs.
I think that's a very good idea.
Oh, my lordy. Right, I'm going to have to... I'm being attacked by wool. What's this? Scarf?
That needs unravelling because I'm probably never going to finish it.
OK, bin it.
Bin it?
Well, if you're going to unravel it, and we've already looked, we've got
the needle. It's a little cuff.
Oh, a cuff?
Yes.
Are you going to use it? You haven't got a pair of them, though?
I have, because there's another one in there somewhere.
OK. How are you finding going through all of this?
Quite soul-destroying, actually, because I knew there was a lot of unfinished projects, but I didn't realise how many.
In her own home, Helen hoovers her sofa and underneath it daily, something Janet's not done for over 6 months.
I could write my name in that. We've got knitting needles, we've got toy cars, we've got Christmas decorations.
Ooh!
Oh, no, I think we've got the mouse.
We had a hamster in here for a while.
I think he's made a little house. I think it's actually wet.
It shouldn't be.
Oh, my goodness me. Get your nose right in it.
Not good.
Right.
I don't think Helen was impressed to find the little hamster bed behind the sofa, but things could have been worse.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. There is poo. There is actually poo. It's so not funny. It's really not funny and it's really not pleasant, but it's somebody's home and I cannot fathom how she can live with that. More wool. Surprise, surprise.
Back in Hertfordshire with half a skip filled, mum of 6, Alison, who cleans for 30 hours a week, and bachelor Dusty are cracking on with clearing Dusty's Wild West hoard.
What does it feel like for you? That, you know, we can actually walk up and down your house.
Well, I can't wait to get it all done.
You can't?
I can't wait. Yeah,
So you're excited about the future now?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
Yeah, no problem.
Brilliant. Come on then, I love it. Let's get this carpet up. We'll just do it. Let's get this one up. Get it in the skip. Roll it. Get it.
Cleaning's going well. I think it's taking the time, but it's progressing.
It's on.
It's all over. Done. Well done.
Thank you. Oh my God. Oh my
After
God.
2 days of exposure to Dusty's 30 years of dust and clutter, Alison is already beginning to feel differently about her OCD.
Now, my OCD's kind of gone out the window, and it's turning into it's more about Dusty than me.
God, I'm dying. I've gone to hell. Oh.
That's it.
And OCD is always about me. It's about how I feel, what I want, not what my husband wants or my children want. It's about what I want, and I forget about everybody else. So I'm kind of getting that life isn't always about me. It's about other people.
It's fantastic the way she's holding up. It must be very difficult for her. I'm trying to make allowances for her, but she's a pain in the butt. But she's lovely with it.
With the living dining room emptied, Alison can get cleaning. At home, she wipes all her walls down daily.
In there. Right, Dusty, we're going to clean how I clean. So we're going to, from the top to the bottom, perfect. We're going to clean it all, and then we're going to wipe it off with a dry cloth. And then in an hour when it's dry, we're going to polish it.
Why did all this cleaning come so important to you?
Yeah, well, I think I've always been a bit obsessive and I like things my way. But on this Tuesday, the 2nd of October.
Let's clean the cloth a little bit. What's upsetting you, Alison?
You asked me why I started cleaning, and I started cleaning because my son died, and I wasn't in control. I don't want to be crying. And I wasn't in control of that. And I started cleaning because I was in control of cleaning. And every time I stopped cleaning, I'd think about him dying and being out of control. So I started cleaning to escape from his dying. And I've come here, and it's his anniversary on Tuesday, and it's really raw for me to talk about it. Yeah. He was 9 when he died, and it's horrible. And, you know, for me, cleaning is just something that I have to do. I don't want to do it.
Why are you blaming yourself? Is it?
Because you do, don't you? I still struggle with that day, and that day is Tuesday. And I still get really emotional, and I don't want to be really emotional because then I'm not in control. So then what I would do at home, if that thought came into my head, I would clean. And I would clean until it was perfect.
I can imagine what it could be like. It must be terrible, but that's never happened to me.
I know. Let's get cleaning anyway, because this is what I do.
Yeah.
So let's clean. But thank you for listening to me, and thank you for taking the time out to see. I appreciate that.
I'm trying to.
Thank you.
I don't know what to say. She just made me upset as well, and I'd wanted to cry with her. People would think the man shouldn't be like that, but I do cry.
Today's been really hard, really hard. I don't regret doing this. I've got a good life compared to Dusty, and I need to kind of keep that in the sight. It's not about how clean something is, it's what you've got and what to appreciate.
Done.
Nobody in this day and age can live like this, and that's what's going to get me up tomorrow and get me back here and get that sorted.
In Luton, order-obsessed Helen is attacking 3 rooms in Janet's terraced house. With the living room decluttered, Helen is now focusing on organising upstairs.
Just about got room to get in.
Right.
Where are we going to start in here?
Let's go on. God, seriously, how much stuff? You can't keep all of this.
Right, this I've had for a little while, but I haven't actually worn it.
I thank the Lord, is all I can say. It's like, no, that's indecent.
That is my fairy cardigan.
No, but listen,
no,
sweetie,
that is my favourite.
No. Right,
You're
stop.
not having this one.
Stop. Right. Okay, right, stop. I'm not going to say how old you are, but you and I are women of a certain age, okay? We don't wear fairy cardigans.
On top of the 10 fairy cardigans, Janet also owns 25 strapless floral dresses.
That, I think I've seen 3 times already.
Yes, but I wear that lots.
No.
Yes.
No way, look, it's there.
No, I know, but
it's
I do...
there, or it's there.
You can keep one, you don't need 2. No, I'm keeping all of them. Put those back on.
No, you can't put them on like that.
Right,
you can't get to
I'm
them.
not one of your children. You've got to realise that
I know, but honey...
I like my clothes.
At home, Helen catalogues her entire designer wardrobe on a phone app.
And God knows how I'm going to catalogue it. I don't think there's even enough blooming memory in the computer to do it.
I don't really want you to catalogue it. I'd rather open the doors than go to a phone. I am never, ever, ever, ever going to be able to conform to Helen's idea of a wardrobe organisation scheme. Oh my God. She's just not coping with the situation as much as she thinks she is.
Now there is dust everywhere. I am sweating, I'm covered in dust, and it's just not even funny. I'm getting cross, this is getting ridiculous. I really don't understand how somebody can have that much stuff. And when you ask them why they've got it, it's because, oh, I love it, it's pretty, it's nice. And I'm like, well, why is it in a crumpled heap?
The average person comes into contact with millions of germs every day. For the vast majority of healthy people, this isn't an issue, but for some sufferers of OCD, it can be a challenge.
The germs are there, you know, they're growing and living and breathing in the air that I'm inhaling and going in my body.
Yeah.
With OCD-diagnosed Hayley's home tested,
Shut up!
it's now the turn of obsessive cleaner Zara.
In you come. I haven't got 16 hours a day to clean. I work full-time, I'm a single mum. You can just take shoes off.
I don't want to take my shoes off because you've got a cat. Cats bury their own poo.
So you don't take shoes off?
If you've got some bags, I'll put bags on.
Unlike the others, Zara is not OCD diagnosed. Her obsessions are about order and creating the appearance of a perfect show home.
With the sofa, I don't steam clean, Hayley. I hoover it, and I've got, like, leather wipes, so I polish it.
Do you think if it did come up with, like, a high reading, it would bother you at all?
If I was like you guys and I thought, if Izzy sits on that and it's dirty, she might die, I'd freak.
Yeah.
But it's my sofa, it's my house. It could come up 9,786,000.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change a thing about it. Well, I hope that ain't leaving a mark.
A reading of 500 or under is considered clean enough to eat your dinner off.
Fine.
What is it? 304. It's amazing, seeing as I don't clean it. That's cool.
That is only 7 more than what my sofa came
And
up
you steam
as.
clean it daily?
And I steam clean it, yeah.
I'll tell you a little bit about my cleaning rituals in my kitchen. I clean my kitchen twice a day. I'll spray that, and then this as well. It smells a bit hospitally and clinically, and I like that smell.
Yeah. Have you got a preference to which side I do?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, whatever you want.
One. That is really good. I knew it was going to be low.
With obsessive cleaner Zara's reading nearly matching OCD-diagnosed Hayley's 0, it's been a real eye-opener.
That's a really good reading.
And for spend less time on a sink than we do.
I won't lie, I was just over the moon that I'm nearly on a par with Hayley. And I hope that I've given them something to show them that you don't have to spend all day. You can have a life and a clean home.
It's the final day of the clean in Waltham Cross, and 1 tonne of Dusty's detritus has been cleared from the living dining room. With time running out, there's still the upstairs to clean, but first Alison's facing her biggest challenge.
Today is about the kitchen, it's about cleaning and getting organised, you know, getting on.
Last day with Alison, and I haven't put in a straight jacket yet.
The horse feed, we need to get that out because we need to
Where
clean.
you can put it afterwards, back in.
Well, I've got you a couple of metal bins with padlocks on.
Yeah.
The main thing is, can we get them outside? Because that is such a major issue with cleaning down there.
Coming out. Bloody hell, I can't move it. It's not stuck. It's not coming out.
Oh, we've got mice in the kitchen. I've eaten all the carry bags. It's just a stench, the stench from that corner. So can we throw anything that's out of date? April 2005.
Can't go out of date.
That can't go out of date. That's 2005.
That can't.
Yeah,
Certain things can't go out of date.
Well, if it's out of date, we're going to throw it out. That's
Best before, you mean?
best before 2005.
Best before. Best before. Not expiry date. Best before, it says on it.
Okay, so it was best before 2005, but in 2013 it's what?
It's not best before. The bottle might be manky, but the food inside, it's not gone off. It doesn't go off. It's best before. She's getting mixed up, and a lot of people throw away food. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't want your kitchen, my kitchen, like your kitchen, with nothing go out.
We're not going to have it.
I haven't got enough room to put everything in.
Yeah.
Organisation.
So you're going to move it from one side to the other?
Look.
That's not clearing the space.
Wait a minute.
This is about cleaning. This is about giving you quality of life.
I can't talk.
We couldn't move on Wednesday in this house.
I can't talk. To get rid of this smell. Cut them up. Compared to Alison, this horse has never nagged me once. And I felt I've been nagged for the last 4 days. It's been like a marriage from hell. Good girl.
He really is living in cuckoo land. He can go and play with his horses, talk to them, because they're the only people that listen to him, the only things that listen to him, and then I can get on and cleaning. Ding! It's absolutely disgusting. It's making me feel sick.
In Luton, housewife Helen is facing her final task, Janet's craft room, currently filled with 250 hobby books and 1,000 knitting patterns.
Okay, so now we've cleared all the clutter, we can start putting the books back on in order and start tidying stuff, okay? I'm going to put the books all in height and section order.
That does strike me as a little bit over the top.
Janet, you're going to come in here and go, oh, I want to read creating original hand knitting. If you pull that out and you finish with it, you push it back in that spot. If you put that, Vogue knitting, and we put that like that, that's going to look messy. But does that look nice?
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
I don't see why you need to spend so much time doing the cleaning when it sounds like the perfect house anyway. What's missing in your life?
Oh, gosh, that's getting technical, isn't it? Well, I don't know. I think it's quite lots of, you know, you'll know yourself, being at home on your own all day is quite lonely. I'm at home full time. My husband works away a lot.
Yes.
I don't know what I would do with my time, really.
I don't know at the moment why Helen doesn't go and get a job, because she's got lots of talents that would be very useful in the workplace.
It's been nice to have a buddy, you know, for the day and to have conversation.
Oh, that's lovely, Inksy.
And I like to chat. And if I'm on my own, I've only got the dog to talk to and he doesn't respond.
Chemicals in. These ones are they're a non-toxic surface cleaner and they're plant-based.
Is it more expensive?
A little bit more expensive, but it comes in a pretty bottle.
And it's a pretty colour.
It is a pretty colour, so, you know.
In Luton, after 50 hours of cleaning and organising, Helen's work is finished. One of the few people Janet's allowed to visit is friend of 5 years, Wendy. 4 days ago, Janet's living room was buried under half a skipload of craft materials, including 500 balls of wool and 30 unfinished projects.
Way, look at this! I've never seen it as tidy as this. This is fantastic. You got space! I know! You got space! Well done, you!
Thank you, darling.
And Helen. And Helen.
Oh, thank you, Helen.
Before, Janet was unable to move in her cluttered crafts room. Now, with a new set of shelves and 25 plastic boxes, Helen has created an ordered environment for Janet to finish her projects in.
Bedroom.
Oh, wow! Oh, can I move in? Oh, please! I just love the way that it's all organised. You can just see everything that you've got.
Do you think this is going to help Janet to finish her craft projects?
Yeah.
Having this room here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's no excuse now, is it?
No, no.
Really?
And I've thrown some away.
It's been tough. It's been a challenge.
Before, Janet's bedroom floors were piled high with dresses and fairy cardigans. It's now airy and organised.
Wow, that's so much better.
And I've got space.
Doesn't it look nice at all the colours?
Oh, it does. So organised, that's excellent. You'll be able to reach everything there.
Yes, I know what I've got.
There's only so many, like, turquoise tops a girl needs, but...
So I've got a wonderful, tidy house. Hopefully, you are going to be less lonely because you're going to find something else to do, aren't you?
I need to get a job, don't I?
And also, we'll have to get together and do some knitting.
Yeah, well, you did promise that you would show me how to do it, because I don't know how to do it.
I think having an obsessive compulsive cleaner in was hard work, very much worth it. She sprinkled all her fairy dust all over the house, and it meant that I wasn't anxious.
I think I should utilise my skills a bit more. I think actually I would really love to go out there and do something more than what I do at the moment.
In Hertfordshire, with just a few hours left to clean, Dusty has returned, and Alison is putting the finishing touches to his house. Due to the kitchen taking longer than expected, Alison's been unable to declutter upstairs, but she has managed to fit shelves for the music room. Dusty's long-term friend John has come to see what he and Alison have achieved.
I've known Dusty 30 years or more. Well, I don't know if he's too old to change or not, but I have tried. Oh, Kev.
Hey, John.
What? Alison?
Yeah, all right, John.
All right.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
and you.
4 days ago, Dusty's living area was hidden under a blanket of paperwork, books, dust and old Western props. Now there's space to relax with friends and enjoy the Wild West ambience.
Well, what do you think?
Isn't it, eh? Well, I've never seen it like this, and it's
What do
something
you think,
else.
Dusty?
Yeah, yeah. It's gone way beyond what I was thought it was going to be.
Oh, okay.
Much better, much better.
The dining area was packed with clothes and memorabilia that hadn't seen the light of day for 20 years. With some new furnishings and saddle mounts, it's the organised and functional tack room Dusty dreamed of.
Alison's done a really good job.
Lovely. Fantastic. It's been hard for me to, a stranger never met before,
Yeah.
come into my house
Yeah.
and arrange my belongings in the order that she thinks it should be. That's been one of the hardest things that I've had to adapt. So,
That's good.
Before, Dusty used his kitchen for recording music and storing the horse feed. After 7 hours of elbow grease, Alison has now reclaimed the kitchen.
Unbelievable. I thought I'd be next doors. when I came here before, you got horse feed there.
Yeah.
Despite the transformation, Dusty still wants to keep his horse feed in the kitchen.
It's got to go outside.
I swept that out and I was heaving because of the stench down there.
The food has got to be done out the back.
You'd have mice if you had it at the back.
In my house, it'd be out the back. It is out the back.
It's sugar beet and everything you eat.
I've just spent all day cleaning this kitchen and you're moaning that I've took your beet out into a bin. He's made me that angry that I'm fuming, I'm shaking. It's, you know, someone throw all your hard work back in your face.
It's like a wild horse, really. You won't be able to change him, really. He's 60 years old and he's set in his ways. She's a saint.
I hope she does well in her life and hope she does just relax more and get some sort of good hobby that she can put some of her energy into that rather than cleaning the house.
I know that I need grief counselling, that's the main thing that I've learned and I'm going to take that on board. So when I go home, I won't be so controlling. I'm still going to clean, but I'm not going to clean to the extreme and I'm not going to be late, we're going to be on time.